Welcome. I'm your host, Nick. We have a Victory Sunday. I like it. We're going to get into that. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. I'm running late. I'll explain why. I apologize. I'm a knucklehead, but you guys already know that. This is not a surprise to any of you. We're going to talk about the Jets' victory today. It's Sunday Shenanigans. It's 9:20 something. I know you're all going to heckle me and say that I was late, but very important reason. You know what? Screw you guys. Stop picking on me.
Are you ready?
Who bets on the Jets? Have you not learned anything about betting?
The Jets are going to come back.
No, they're not. They're never going to come back. They're never going to come back.
Long story short, the Jets are going to the Super Bowl. That's a promise.
Place your bets now, people.
Who do you want to win?
The goddamn Jets.
Hello? You play to win the game.
All right. I'm getting into it. Long day. And for the first time in many Sundays, no nap. So buckle up. You know, I have a very good track record when I tell you guys to buckle up. Tonight, harness across the chest and the waist. Double buckle. But do you see the name of the show? It's Sunday Shenanigans. Not Sunday Shenanigan. It's plural. Why is it plural? Well, there's one reason. It's co-host. Let's bring in Tio, Uncle VR. How are you?
Hey, you can't spell victory without VR, right? Let's go. What's going on?
How are you?
Well, you know, I think Modine asked the question in the chat and said, how you Jets fans feeling? Well, just like a little kid who went to the dentist but gets the lollipop at the end of the procedure, that's how I feel. I mean, I feel like we won. But I had to go through a whole lot to get there, to get that lollipop at the end. So,
well, we'll get into that. A little bittersweet, right? It's you could summarize it in one sentence. Even when we win, we lose. Story of a Jet fan, right? Even when we win, we lose. I'll start off with the positive because that's what I always do. Went with the white shirt today, and we won. So now I will ride this shirt until we lose, and then I'll go to another shirt. I'm very superstitious with it. But let's say what's up to all you shiners, you lunatics, you happy, celebratory Jets fans, and Modine.
and Modine.
Tom Ace here first. Let me tell everyone why we're late. I was down at the kids. Number one, had to coach a football game this morning. Wake up 7:30. Had to go pick up my junior coach. Had to go pick up a player. Had to go pick up my son from my mother's, and then go to the game. I'm tired. By the time we get to the game, I'm tired already. By the time I get to the game, I'm tired. We play South River. My apologies to South River. Home of Joe Theismann, home of Drew Pearson. Played on the same field. It's the same shitty grass field as when those guys played. They haven't upgraded the turf. But I digress. My apologies to the town of South River because we put on a 39-0 shellacking. We're scoring touchdowns.
I have players scoring touchdowns who've never even carried the ball in a practice for us and getting 2-point conversions or extra points. It's one. Check. You hear me? You hear me better now?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. The phone wasn't plugged in. I was going through the camera has a mic with it also. All right. Then from there, we shoot from South River over to Keensburg for Matt O'Leary's outing, right on the water. Nice spot. Very nice spot. Good deal. dollar wings, some big fat wings, dollar wings. They got some sliders and fries. Not bad. No ice in the water. We got like 6 pitchers of water between me and the 2 kids because we were putting that water down after being out there coaching a game. And from there, I come from Keensburg up to Woodbridge, drop off my junior coach, spend some extra time with my son. Then I have to drive down to Old Bridge. We get down to Old Bridge, and all of a sudden, now, I'm like, hey, we won. The Jets won. I go, when we get there, we're sitting outside. We're going to have a cigar. I am, not you. You're only 15. He turned 16 Tuesday, but not yet.
Not yet.
He wouldn't anyway. He doesn't even want one. He's an athlete. He cares too much about what he puts into his body, which I appreciate as a dad.
Absolutely.
So then I'm like, all right, it's 8:15. I'm going to leave. Allow me to get home, get myself situated before we start our Sunday shenanigans. But what happened, you ask? This dumbass, recipient of an offer from Carly and Sarah the other day, which will go down in the record books.
You said it.
Me. Leaves my book bag with my medicines and other stuff in the house. I had to turn around and go back when I was like 10, 12 minutes away. Now, the reason I left it is because I was out back smoking the cigar. I didn't go through the house when I left. I went around the gate to the front, put the cigar by the car, said goodbye to the kids on the porch, get in the car and leave. So, dumbass Nick doing dumbass things, enjoying the victory cigar so damn much that I left the bag there. So I called you. I called Jeremy. Jets Chaos did us a solid because we share a StreamYard. I was like, I need you to edit the start time of the show. I go, edit it to 9:20. Because if I didn't edit it, I know that everybody would be ripping me in the chat when we finally kicked off.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
But
definitely.
Now that I've explained that and I've come clean, now we can welcome everyone here.
Do you feel better? Do you feel better?
I do. I'm about to have my 6th and 7th cup of coffee today. That's how much ass I'm dragging right now.
Cheers.
So, Tom, welcome. We will give you all the shenanigans. Stack is here. Knob Deep is here. Hank is here. We're doing a speed round because we want to talk about the game. Jets Chaos, thank you so much again. Boomtown's in the house. Wild Wave is here. Infrared. Dave Briga. The 411 is here.
That's me.
Mess is in the house. Mo Dean is here. Jay Quest is here. Greg Rollo is here. Love Bites is in the house. Jeremy Strax is here.
Let's go.
Mr. Bonesy is finally awake for a show. Mr. Bonesy, ladies and gentlemen, finally awake. Finally awake for a show.
My brother.
Here with the lighting. Nick is
my brother.
Okay. We got Sean McAteer in the house. Clancy.
Great show with Clancy.
Armand is here. Let's catch up. John Colarafi.
Nice.
Welcome, John. Welcome.
Absolutely.
Nice to see you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Blitz is here. I think I said mess is here, but if not, mess is here. Welcome.
Best name in the business.
Yeah, so it's there. Much better. Thank you. Boom. All right. Boomtown. Who else? Genergy's in the house. And Aurora. Back-to-back comments. Gentlemen, there are ladies here. Please act accordingly. And I say act because I know it's not going to be real and authentic. So act accordingly. Weed the People is here. Yeti's in the house. Adam California is here. Johnny Boy is here. I'll be nice to Johnny today. We won, so I'm gonna be nice. I'm not even gonna make. I'm gonna try not to make fun of Johnny. Sometimes it's just instinctive, and I do it. VR, you know how it is.
It just happens, Sometimes, I mean, I can't help myself.
Some things are instinctive, like the Giants not bringing up a kicker when their kicker gets injured on Friday, and we're just gonna go with 52. There you go, Johnny. I threw my punchline at the Giants today, John, not at you.
Indirectly.
So, that
was a subliminal, by the way.
I couldn't believe that when I heard that. They're like, got injured Friday. They could have signed someone and elevated them, and they didn't. And they lost the game because they didn't have a kicker.
That was like bad fantasy football, like, a bad fantasy football drafter or something.
I feel bad, man. They played well enough to win the game, but that's a game that's lost on management. And I feel bad because we've been there. We've had games where we're like, oh, man, if we would have managed this better, we would have came out with a W. You feel bad for the players and you feel bad for the fans when the organization fumbles the ball, right?
Yeah, I mean, on the flip side of that, wasn't it Austin Siebert that kicked the game-winning field goal against them? Wasn't he?
He kicked 7. He kicked 7.
But he was on our team just like 3 weeks ago in the preseason.
He kicked 7. I don't think they scored a touchdown. I think it was all field goals. For those of you that are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. We have a lot of fun. We do a lot of good stuff here. And we thank you for being along on the journey with us here. So thanks for watching tonight. We appreciate it. So let's get into the game.
All right, sir.
I was off the field. The game ended. So for those of you who don't know, in Pop Warner, when you go up by 28, it's a running clock. So we got up 28. It was 27. We missed an extra point. I was like, son of a bitch. Like right before halftime, it's 27. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, we could have had the clock running already. We get to halftime. We come out in the second half. We stop them. We give a kid a carry who hasn't had a carry. What does he do? I find out that he's a track star going on a scholarship to a prestigious school as a track star. And we found out when he ran up the middle, went to the sideline. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know the kid could run like that.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. So now it's running clock. I'm telling you, just to give you an update, if you know anyone who lives on Lexington Ave in South River, New Jersey, maybe around house 25, 29, ask them if they have a Ring camera and ask about 1:04 in the afternoon if they could look at the coach who dropped his blue like Docker shorts in the middle of the street to put his jet shorts on. That's how I was not getting in the car to listen to the game wearing Broncos colors. I had the shirt changed as I'm walking down the street, brought the hat out, and then we got to the car, changed my sneakers because, yes, I'm like you. I got to be color coordinated with my outfit. So I do have Broncos colored sneakers from coaching my son. I was like, those are not going on my feet in the car with the Jets colors on. Give me the black shorts. I'm ready to go.
You are learning very well, Grasshopper.
I'm running up the hill to get to the car. And as I change, we get in the car and people are walking out the front gate and they're like, you changed already? I'm like, yeah, I changed already. It's a Jet game. You guys think I care about this team? I care about the Jets much more than this team. Shout out to us, 3-0. Let's rock.
That's right.
All right.
Go.
I've had a lot of coffee. I haven't even sipped this cup yet.
No, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
So it's about a 35-minute ride to where Matt was. So we're listening to the game in the car. Not a great start. We get there. Jets are down 7-0. They had the fumble recovery by Eccles as we walked on the first floor of the building. They were on the third floor. So that happens. We get upstairs. Jets go down the field, tie it at 7. Then the interception happens. Eccles makes a ridiculous play, again, right? Eccles again, man. You know, that's the thing we've talked about with this team, right? A lot. The depth. And when guys have to spot start, they can. And we have that. We're not bringing in no names. We're not bringing in guys who bag at Wegmans. We're bringing in quality players who are capable of stepping in and playing a role on this team. We'll get more into that with other positions in a bit. And I just felt like, and I'm not saying it's because of me, but I am. I just felt the energy like changed as soon as I started watching the game. It sounded horrible on the radio with Rashusin and Beck. It sounded bad. It sounded like the Jets were sloppy. It sounded like it was a little out. And then all of a sudden, it kind of came on a little bit. They started doing things the right way. There were still mistakes. Rodgers, couple delay of games. Okay. Maybe that's him and Tippmann needing to get on the same page, and that'll happen with time and experience, right? So give me the beginning. Give me. I don't know if you broke it down by quarter like you were doing for the preseason, but
no, I didn't.
First quarter at least, like and the slow start.
It was just a situation where the Jets looked like they were stuck in mud. They were doing a lot of plays that were not progressing down the field very well. Even in the drive, there were some, penalties and things that looked very, very sloppy on the offense, where you're just saying to yourself, okay, is this going to be a continuation of what we saw in San Francisco for, most of the game, we didn't have much time of possession. They were running all over us on their offensive line, and I'm afraid that some of the keys to the game that I had mentioned all throughout the week were coming true with the running game and the offensive line pushing us around. So that's a lot of what I saw in the first quarter. And I think we had some missed opportunities with some of the sloppy penalties and things that happened in that first quarter, moving even when we scored the touchdown. So
yeah, couple of the good things that I saw early on. It looked like the offensive line was a little more in sync. I'm not saying they're a finished product. I'm not saying it's perfect. Let's not poo-poo on Tennessee's front. Tennessee has a very good front.
Right.
They got the rookie from Texas. They got Simmons, who's all pro caliber. They got some bodies up front, and we're getting there. I think we averaged over 4 yards a carry. I know Brees had that one big carry, about 33. That obviously boosted the average up. But I think it's safe to say, I think we have a 1-2 punch, and you saw that today. I think you're seeing the beginning of the potential of an elite 1-2 punch at running back. They both can catch. They both can block. They both can run. They both can run after the catch, and they both can score from anywhere on the field. Brees, I don't know if you saw Rodgers' press conference yet, but he said, he's like, I messed up the clock. We had to burn a timeout.
Right.
Brees says to me, if I got the linebacker on me, throw one up, I'm going.
Throw one up, yep.
And Roger goes, okay.
Okay.
Okay. and shout out to Rodgers. He said it wasn't my best throw. He should have put that another yard or two upfield, and it's an easy bucket catch. Brees had to come back over the linebacker and get it, just showing his versatility and his ability to bring the ball in.
So, he underthrew that ball, and he was three steps ahead of the defender, and he underthrew it. So he actually had to turn around and come back to catch that ball underthrown. But he absolutely athletic play. Here's the one thing about the two running backs that I saw in this game that I thought, wow, if we would have done at least a little bit of this, had a little bit of faith in Braylon Allen, we probably would have, went down the field a little easier in the 49ers game. But we have a short distance back now that can attack the line on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, where I think throughout the years, Breece Hall, even though he's been obviously an excellent runner, hits the holes really good. If he has one weakness, it is the short game. I don't know what it is where he gets up to the line and just doesn't hit that hole, doesn't hit the right hole, or doesn't move forward in the pile, but he's not very good on short down and distance. And I think we found that person in Braylon Allen moving forward. That made me feel real good because I think we've been missing that for a little while. So
we have. And listen, I don't want to I don't want to overreact. I think it's a very fair reaction to say we have a running back, we have a backup running back that we can trust.
Yes.
That the play caller trusts to call that play call to Braylon Allen, the first one that faked the bubble, because we ran that around the other day.
Yeah.
And we dumped it off to Garrett. And now that you saw layers to it, now they flip it back the other way with like a reverse inside screen, I think they call them. And he was able to go and get in the end zone. And then he broke an 18 or 20 yard or whatever it was later out of the backfield. I think that you can see Brees get spelled and you can trust Braylon Allen for a drive. You don't just have to bring Braylon in. And we've had running backs like that. Michael Carter, for me, that was him for me. I didn't want him in there an extended amount of time. I wanted him in there, spell a running back, get back out of the game. Right. I'm confident in Braylon already, 2 games in, that this is a guy who, most importantly, fits the scheme. And this, I know we were going to talk about the game, but this is a sign to me of the good things that come when you're not firing a coach and you're not firing the front office every 2-3 years and replacing everybody and starting the vision over from scratch. You're starting to see, if we stick with the front office and we stick with the coach, we're starting to get talent, not just on the starting level, but the backup level, who can come in and contribute to this team and help them win. So I'm very, very happy about the running back situation. Okay.
Absolutely.
Another guy I want to talk about is a guy that this fan base, the majority of fans, hated the selection, hated the usage in year 1, and already has 4 sacks. It's Will McDonald. Where's the crowd? If you're one of them in the chat, at least own it. How many of you tweeted or wrote in a Facebook message group how angry you were about Broderick Jones not being the pick and Belichick fucked us? No, we do the fucking. Will McDonald is going to be a very good pass rusher. You don't happen to get 3 sacks in a game. That doesn't come by chance. That doesn't come by luck. Edge rushers, you could be watching the beginning of a very good career. You could be. A lot's going to be expected of him now, right? With JJ, and we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah,
but he got 2 of those sacks after JJ went out. VR. Quinnen. I said to Matt O'Leary at one point today, I go, is Quinnen even in the game? I know he gets doubled. But if Will can start to do that and take some of that attention off of Quinnen, you're going to see complementary pass rushing. And now they're going to help each other elevate, right? If you're putting Will on one side, Quinnen on the other, and in the interior, how are you going to block it? So I think you're going to see complementary football within the defensive line. An emergence like this, a 3-sack game from an edge rusher, an emerging edge rusher, will help everyone else. Regardless of who shows up and who doesn't, we won today, VR. I don't even want to talk about the guy who's not there. We're not doing it. We're celebrating the guys who are.
Will McDonald, you saw signs this preseason, right? You saw him, with the spin move one game where he got the bad call. I mean, I'll still say it was a really bad call. Where he hits the quarterback and they say they call the flag on him. A quarterback hurry situation. I mean, totally put the offensive lineman in a spin cycle. And then the next preseason game, he actually had a sack where he used the spin move and got to the quarterback and got a sack. So you saw these signs, but there were other signs even last year, of athleticism that he had, jumping over cars. And, like I said, there was one preseason, I think it was
like Charles Gorman?
The Hall of Fame, yeah, the Charles Gorman, exactly. Popularized by Charles Gorman. He did that one thing in the Hall of Fame game where he did like a Beach Street, like breakdance move where he got off his back and just jumped up in the air. I mean, like, the athleticism is off the charts with this gentleman. And for people to say, like, oh, you know, this was a wasted pick, and, you know, how do you waste a number one pick on this guy? Well, look at what happened today. 3 sacks doesn't happen by happenstance. It happens because you're talented and you know what you're doing. So shout out to him. Great job, Will McDonald. Let's get on his farm.
Hopefully the next great pass rusher wearing 99 for this team, right? Some news came up on him. He's up for the Veterans Committee for Hall of Fame. Mark Gastineau, amongst other Jets, Powell, Esiason, and one other. I forget the other one. But Nate, thank you for the super chat. Nate says, true or false, Coach Shine will be running the fake bubble next week in the red zone. Always love Jets, but I'm scared of Salah. 1 play from losing with 3 turnovers. I get it. You can word it that way, Nate. You can. It's fair to say. I'm not saying that I disagree with the way you worded it. But I'm going to word it this way because this is what I do. You're looking at a team finding ways to win when they didn't play their best. How many games have we watched over the last 13 years where we know if we make one mistake, the game's over? How many times do we know if there's one error, a penalty on a drive, we're done? Oh, I don't know. How about 2nd and 16 and we throw a fade to Mike Williams? What the fuck? That was amazing.
Mike Williams in the house.
That was a great play. That's an elite play. That's why you go get Mike Williams.
Yep.
I liked it. That's a special play. How many times did we get second and you know, more than down in distance? And we knew it was just going to be a matter of punt. It's a matter of how close can we get back? Is it going to be a draw and a screen, a draw and a sack? Are we going to lose more yardage? You're starting to see flashes of what this team can do. It's coming. It's coming. Short week. Patriots coming off a tough loss at home. I'm looking forward to what this offense can become. The fact that we can convert on one throw, 2nd and 16, that should excite people. You know? And let's be real while we're talking about Rodgers. And Nate, again, thank you for the super chat. As always, you guys know, super chat's cut the line. Get your comment, question, critique, compliment on air immediately. Memberships are a great way to support the channel and help out your other fans and then let them have a great experience here and with the Discord group. There's rust on Aaron Rodgers. 100% there's rust. I don't want to say, you know, people are in the Twitter world that we live in, VR. People are very quick to try to make a blanketed statement or try to be the first to get that take out there to say, I said it first.
Yeah, buzzword, you know, this or whatever, you know, yeah.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is finished. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is done. I think Aaron Rodgers is getting his comfort level back. I think that Aaron Rodgers is, whoa, welcome back, Ab Lab Studios. Good to get a win like this. Signs of a good team to eke out a win under gnarly circumstances. Hope the D-line can fill in the blanks. And I love the RB Killer Bees, Brees and Braylon. Let's go. Ab Lab, ladies and gentlemen, Ab Lab Studios.
Can I do an air horn for him?
I think a few air horns. This deserves. We gotta get a whole bunch going here for this. You're the man, Ab Lab. Thank you. Always very, very generous. Watch the plane. One more. Awesome. You're the man, Ab Lab. Much love, much respect to you. Thank you for always supporting the channel whenever you pop in, man. Good to see you back. I know you enjoyed the off season. Hope everything went well for you. But yeah, Rodgers, little rusty. You know, a couple of the times he's had a move out of the pocket, he's missing throws, which you normally don't see from Aaron Rodgers. He had a throw to Conklin that was low. He had a throw to Brees that was high. All of the throwing and all of the training and all of the preparation that he did to get back on the field, some things you can't simulate, right?
You have to do it in game. Yes.
Yeah. When you got the pitching machine going and the fastball's coming in at the same spot, that's a lot different than getting in there facing Randy Johnson with that fastball or that slider coming, right?
Sliding.
It's a lot different working on your moves in the post and then having Dikembe Mutombo covering you, right? Things are different when you go up against true elite competition.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And you could see his pocket presence isn't fully back yet. I think that's a great way to word it. He's moving in the pocket, but he's not the Rodgers that we've seen throw it from an unclean position.
His timing is off.
His timing's off. I think he's working on his comfort level. A lot of people say that after you get that injury, there takes time to get that mental trust back, right?
Absolutely.
So give me your thoughts on Rodgers and Ablab. Thank you again, man. You remain the man. There's no doubt in anyone's mind you're the man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I think it would be very short-sighted and obtuse to think that anyone would come back from an 18-month layoff and go right back into the saddle and be, a cowboy. You know what I mean? Like you have to take.
You don't want to be a cowboy today. You do not want to be a cowboy. I'm just saying.
Not that kind of cowboy.
The Carr family was like, saddle up.
Yeah.
Woo, that was rough to watch. Nicky was like, they scored again. They scored again. I was like, what? He's like, it's 35. It's 42. Oh, shit.
Yeah, whoever had Alvin Kamara in fantasy today had a day. So
yeah,
I know I played against somebody who had Kamara and had Marvin Harrison Jr. So
I could top that. I'm pulling up my Deep Strokes Keeper League right now. I had A-Chain, who had 30 the other night. Kamara, 48 today. Marvin Harrison, 33. Calvin Ridley, 26. J.K. Dobbins, 24.
Well, they had Adams, too. They had Devontae, who had a 20 spot.
He's on pace for 207. I only scored 102.
Jesus,
like,
ridiculous.
I said to him, I was like, I make some off-color jokes every now and then, but this response was just over the top. It was too much.
What did I do to deserve that?
No human being deserves what he just did to me today in fantasy.
So, Rodgers, he's coming back. He has to get his timing back. People, you have to remember he had only training camp. He had no preseason. He was in bubble wrap for preseason, which I preferred. I mean, we talked about this on shows in the past.
100%.
Didn't want him to play. I absolutely agree with that decision. So you're coming into real game situations, and it doesn't matter, how much you've ridden a bike. You never forget how to ride the bike. But if you have a different bike, than the one that you used to pedal all the time, you got to get used to learning it again. Maybe it's a new futuristic bike that, has the handlebars in a different place and the pedals in a different area. Nate the Great would appreciate my bike reference because he's always on a bike.
Yeah. You know who else would? The great, the late Paul Rubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
With one of the greatest bikes of all time.
Absolutely.
I want your bike, Pee Wee. You can't have it.
So yeah, Aaron Rodgers is still he's learning the nuances of this particular offense in this particular time in this particular season. If you can get that, through your mind, and he's going through the steps of doing this, He's getting his timing back. He's getting the speed of the game back. He's getting hit again, which is good for his mental psyche. And even the mannerisms and things of that nature. Now, one thing he didn't forget too much is he's been drawing defenses offside. He's done it 2 weeks in a row now with the 49ers and the Titans today. So you don't forget that, right?
Learn, right?
Yeah, that's old man tricks. You know what I mean? Like old man QB tricks. He knows how to do all that stuff. But
that's like going for the Jordan palm the ball shot fake.
Yeah.
The Jordan who didn't get dunked on
every time.
I digress. Go ahead.
Gets him every time, right? So he's going through the motions. He's learning all of this stuff like that. The one thing that you see that you should feel really good about is his arm strength, his decision making, his the speed of when he gets the ball out. All of those things are intact. All of those things are still all pro level, even at 40 years old. So he hasn't lost the zip on his ball. It's still a laser. He hasn't lost the, when he gets the ball out, it's still quick and fast. Does he need to practice a little bit more with the, and get into game situation with this cast of characters, these players? I mean, you have Tyler Conklin, who still, only has like 1 reception in 2 games. You have, other players that are not getting the ball. Mike Williams got his first reception. Malachi Corley, I think, just got his first or second. I mean, there's still things that need to be addressed in spreading the ball around, which Aaron Rodgers is very good in his history in spreading the ball around in the offense.
Absolutely.
So when we see that happen, and it's going to happen, then we'll be running on all cylinders, and we'll see the real Aaron Rodgers come to fruition with this team moving forward. Hopefully sooner rather than later with the Patriots.
Yeah. And Boom brings up a good point. We only allowed 7 points in the second half. We gave up 10 in the first, 7 in the second. Now, that's a sign of going down, getting a lead, something that we said that this defense, we haven't seen them play with very often, right? One thing, as good as Ulbricht's defense has been the last 2 years, you could say that they get better as the game goes on. And we saw that today. Now, I think Mo mentioned that we gave up 130 rushing yards. I think 38 went to Levis on break it. Well, one time we had him sacked, and Solomon Thomas just like hugged the air and missed. I don't know how he missed him. I'm sure I wasn't the only one that was upset with that. But when I'm looking at overall the run game, like Will Levis had 4 for 38. Yes, that sucks. Mm-hmm. Yes, that counts against the rushing stats. But straight rushing sets, they had 24 carries for 92 yards with the running backs, right? One was Calvin Ridley on the reverse. So they had 23 for 82. That's like 3 and change. That's below average in the NFL for running backs. So they weren't horrific. I know that the quarterback yardage counts and you can't poo-poo that, but I think lining up, stopping the running back was much better. There's 42 yards of rushing that came from a receiver and the quarterback. The other day we got gashed by Mason. Okay. We saw better from the defensive front today. You saw a lot more of 4 hands down in the grass. There wasn't 2 D tackles and the outside guys standing up all the time. Sure, in the pass rushing situations, you saw Will and you saw JJ up a little bit when JJ was in there. Hawk adding Kinlaw had a good day.
Yep. I think what you saw was it looked worse than it was on, as currently constructed in the numbers. So what I saw was a lot of missed tackles still that carried over from the San Francisco game. And in the beginning of the game, it was very sloppy. It was just a lot of, penalties and sloppy play and missed tackles. All that happened at the beginning of the game. I mean,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, as the game went on, the defense got better. Some people will argue after CJ Mosley went out, the defense seemed a little faster.
I don't think it's an argument. I think it's a fact.
I
Sherwood's
think,
faster than Mosley. No one can argue.
I think that's absolutely correct.
And that's a fair take. Speed wise, we're faster. Quincy going into that middle, and now Sherwood being the off ball. I like Quincy being that thumper up the middle. You saw him the one time blow Pollard up when he lifted his leg and drove him back. I think you like that better.
I like the speed, but I will argue. Right? Yes, you're losing that on the field, which I thought you saw in a lot of plays where it got really sloppy for the defense. So that's the only thing that I would counter with that situation. But
yeah.
Overall,
any word on CJ? Have you heard? I know it was foot. All I heard was foot.
It's a toe. I heard it was a toe, not like a knee or anything like that.
Oh, really? We are really?
Yeah. That's.
We were doing so well. No lies told, Addison. I want my middle linebacker to crush people up the middle. I do.
That's fair.
I really, really do. Alan, we're just going to read the first 5 words. A win is a win. Nothing nearly got squandered. The defense, I said to my son as they were getting ready to get out there, as a coach, I coach defense. I'm the head coach, but I also coach defense. We had the first game that was tight. The other 2 have been blowouts. It was 27-6 and 39-0 now. I want my defense on the field with a lead closing out the game. I want that. We got complimentary football. You needed a scoring drive? You got one. And then what happens? This is how this team is built. Clutch offensive play, breaking a tie late in the game, defense shuts them down and wins. There's no style points for a win. Like you said, a win is a win, Alan. And that's it. A win is a win. You move on. You fix the mistakes. You get better. Again, we're 1-1. The first one was bad. The second one got better. When you have this defense going against Will Levis, who might be the best of these next 4 quarterbacks, Jacoby Brissett, Bo Nix, and Sam Darnold in London, should be 4-1 going into the Buffalo game.
Sammy Darnold's looking good.
Upward trajectory.
Sammy Darnold's looking good, my friend. Listen, I'd rather have an ugly win than a moral victory and a loss. Okay? So I don't care what you say. A win is a win. And there could be a lot of, fleas on that dog, but I'll take it. And we'll move it to next week and we'll improve. But this season is a marathon. It is not a sprint.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a long season and it's a game by game situation where there's markers and we've hit, the mile marker that we've hit for this particular game. And now we keep it moving.
Here's a question from Alan. Nick, how would you grade Salah today? I give him an A. A win. It's all that matters. I don't get into the grades. You win or you lose. I don't care if somebody has a 400-yard passing game and we lose. That performance wasn't good enough to win. You win or you lose. I don't do the grades. And that's not a cop-out. If you've listened to the show I think this is your first season watching me, Al. I never get into the grades. I don't like the grades. That's not my thing. I don't give it to players. I don't give it to coaches. It's a collective group of men trying to accomplish a goal. The goal's to win this week. It's not a finished product yet. We haven't peaked. So the goal was to win. We won the game. We have a tough schedule to start. 3 flights, 2 cross-country flights. Then you're going to Tennessee. Then you're coming back. And now you got the short week with New England coming in, who didn't have to travel today. You get through these first 3 games at 2-1, and every single one of us would have signed up for that. 3 games in 11 days, we all would have signed up for that. So we're halfway to the goal.
ABCs. Don't be an a-hole. Be fair. We won. See you next week. Let's go.
See you this week, buddy.
See you this week for real.
This week, yes. See you this week. Now what, 96 hours? Less now?
Yeah.
2 hours, 94? Well, 90 until we're in the parking lot together. So
Thursday night football.
Much like Hawk with a new lady, it's coming quick. Sorry, Hawk. I said I wouldn't make fun of Johnny. You were the first name I saw in the chat, and I know you fucking laughed at that. I know you laughed at that. So what is this? All right. You know what?
Yeah.
Since we won, I'm going to do something since we won. I'm going to kick us off, VR.
All right.
I'm waiting for my super slow computer. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Keep scrolling.
You can do it.
I feel like Hootie in the World. Every time I try to open up something on YouTube in my computer, I feel like time keep wasting, time keep rolling. You ain't no friend of mine. Time. All right, let's see how long that takes to go. I'm waiting. I'm sorry. I'm waiting. You know what? Come on. Catch up. Catch up.
Here we go.
What the fuck, man? There we go.
I win.
You win. Thank you, by the way. You gifted 1 to Georgie. And then I gifted 5. That went to Jeremy, Joe the Jet G, Rob D, Vinny Farrow, and Chris.
Nice. Pay it forward. Liking and subscribing is free. Memberships are appreciated.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the goals. Boom. That's one of the goals.
Ooh, he came out with the Pentium 486. Wow.
Look at him. He's just showing off. He was the IT guy for Sarah the other day. Now he's degrading me as the IT guy. Thank you.
I mean, that's not too far from a Commodore 64, bro. I had one of those.
Yep. So back to some of my thoughts, and we'll get into yours as well. I think a lot of ours are kind of aligned.
Yeah.
With what we saw and what we talked about. One of my other thoughts with watching the game, we got to talk about it. How bad do you feel for Jermaine Johnson? He was becoming a leader of the team, you know, and even Zach Rosenblatt tweeted tonight, he didn't have to get up there and talk to the media. It's very rare that NFL players who get injured and ruled out of a game then address the media, and you feel heartbroken. Being with my son, and I told you, Jermaine is my son's favorite player, right? We had the picture we took Monday night. He had the jersey on. He signed his jersey. He signed a hat for him. He absolutely loves Jermaine. That's crushing. That's crushing. And to see him cry, like, almost brought me to tears. To see Solomon Thomas hugging him, probably praying with him, right? And everyone else around. You hope he heals and gets back. He's a hardworking guy. It was crushing for that. And it had to be a fucking Achilles again, right? Like we can't escape that. It sucks. It sucks that
It's like when you win, you said it earlier, when you win, you lose, you know what I mean? And that was a devastating loss. I mean, JJ is my guy. I mean, I've been trumpeting him from even before the draft because I watched him at Florida State, you know, and even from the series or whatever, which they did the One Jets drive, you know, going back there and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been watching him for a long time, and he's my dude, man. I even like, you know, his jersey this year was one of my must gets this year. So I got this jersey. I even like sometimes people is like, oh, you're like a mini JJ because I do the braids and I got the Jets gear and looking like him and stuff like that because I love this dude. I love JJ, man, and on his Instagram, he put the pictures of the injury and on the stretcher, had Lecrae playing as his song with that and like sad song 8 and 8. Man, I feel so heartbroken for him because he's an ascending player. He's one of those players that you see he works so hard for it. He worked so hard to get to where he was, and even the draft was not easy for him, because he dropped in the draft. He was, touted to be maybe even in the top 5 at certain points leading up to the draft that year. And then he continuously dropped, and we went and we got him. And he was happy.
Yeah, Blitz, he did.
Yeah. That's what they're saying. They just need to confirm it, but with the MRIs and stuff tomorrow, but Saleh said it looks like that's what it is. And it's really heartbreaking. I wish him well. He's young. It happened while he was young. And the turnaround time on an Achilles injury, look at Aaron Rodgers, look at AVT. A lot faster than it was. I mean, and the testament to Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old. He's a medical marvel at this point for doing what he did. AVT's young. But
and you see J.K. Dobbins, who's a skill guy, right?
Another one, yeah.
Relies upon his agility and mobility. He's doing off to a very well start too. So there's no reason that he can't make it back for next year. But it's
prayers up to him and his family, and he's probably sitting somewhere in the dark, maybe even listening to our show. And I just want to say, JJ, we love you. You are, where you've come from and where you're at right now. You're a beloved member of this team, beloved member of this Jets community, of the New York City, tri-state area community. And we just wish you well and a speedy recovery. And you're going to get back at it, and you're going to be Pro Bowl level, once again on this team, winning championships. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. And Infrared makes a good point. Will McDonald is probably him and JJ got tight. JJ got tight, and they wanted to be that next great pass rushing duo together. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's sad. I'm sure you'll see some. I personally, just the type of coach that I am, I would love to see the entire D line, whenever they get a sack, do JJ's celebration. I know that's a Florida State thing, but that's your brother. Whoever
that's
gets
that's what he knows. Yeah, he's known for that. Yeah, absolutely.
So hopefully we see a lot of those. For those of you commenting about JJ coming back, Rodgers wasn't even able to move if he was coming back last year. So JJ would have zero chance, in my opinion.
It's a different skill set.
Yeah.
JJ has to be on coming from the edge where you're planting your foot, and you really need that foot leverage to get a good get off to go after the quarterback. So that's a totally different skill set than a quarterback that is pedaling backwards, where you may not have to utilize, the back foot until you plant and throw the ball, which you can get away with, off foot. So, JJ, you rely on that plant foot to start your ascent to the quarterback. It's different, totally different.
It won't be anyway. He won't even get cleared. They won't open up a practice thing. There's no way.
No.
Quarterback standing and throwing is a lot different than an edge rusher with 300-pound linemen pressing on you to be effective. Yeah. It's sad, but it's the reality of it. So I would not even entertain the thought or bring it up, the notion. So it's sad, man. It's, you don't know with CJ, the severity. And then JJ, almost a couple plays later, it seemed like went out. But
and then you had DJ. You had DJ, man. We just lost all the J's, man. Freaking JJ, CJ, and DJ. Like, what's going on? Coincidence?
I mean, DJ is the least valuable of those three. You could say Eccles came in. You could say Eccles came in and had a better game than DJ's had as a Jet. A fumble recovery and interception. But let's talk about something else while we're on the secondary.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
I'm going to word it the way I worded it when I saw the play happen. How does Sauce not even fucking turn or make an effort to knock the ball down on that pass to Ridley? Clark dives like Superman trying to break the play up, and Sauce was just like, I don't know what's going on.
Which way did he go? Which way did he go?
He was looking at like Fireman Ed in the stands. He never even looked at the ball, never got his hand out, nothing.
Sauce's worst game that I've seen him play. Worst game.
Agreed. And I got a theory on that. He struggles with guys with vertical speed.
With speed, yes. No, agreed.
Ridley is a burner. Hill and Waddle, burners. If we can, and if you've noticed, Kansas City's got some burners. I'm worried. When he goes against burners. If you're not the quickest and you're that bigger receiver who's slower, sure, he'll lock you down. But when you get that guys with those elite speed, there might be something there, and that might be something that teams try to exploit, because if I'm picking up on it, NFL coaches are going to pick up on it. And maybe.
But see, that's this year, though. That's this game and this year. But last year,
the Miami team that we lost 30-0, they were picking on Reed and Sauce throwing downfield.
But he did lock down Justin Jefferson, and he did lock down Jamar Chase for that. For the times that he played up against him.
I consider them elite all-around receivers and outstanding route runners, which I think Sauce is a great matchup with. I wouldn't consider them like burners, like elite.
Well, Jefferson, they call him the Jet. He's pretty fast.
Oh, Jason, I mean, they're NFL receivers. They're all fast, but I think Jefferson's more of an elite route runner. Like that's just me, but we'll see. That game's a couple weeks away. We'll see what they decide to do with it. But Kuka coming in with his 3-month super chat. Thank you, sir, for supporting the channel. It does suck to see Jay go down. Will McDonald gives me hope, but now swallow your pride and sign Reddick. Jets have a QB. There's nothing wrong with any of that. I agree with all of it.
Well, let's talk about Reddick. Yeah, let's talk about Reddick a little bit, because there's two sides of the fence with signing Reddick at this point. There's fans that I've heard that says, screw Reddick. I don't care if we don't sign him. He could stay out the whole season. We're good with what we saw with McDonald. Like, this confirms it. And then there's others who are on the other side that say, okay, JJ just went down. We're desperate. we need Reddick on this team like
Yeah.
ASAP, like yesterday. So where do you straddle on that fence?
Don't make long-term decisions over temporary feelings. Something you and I both know from being in rooms, right?
Yeah.
You don't make permanent decisions over temporary feelings. So I need a documentary on this down the road because I need to know if this is JD or if this is coming from above him. Jake had a great point earlier that said it seems to be like, two, this is me summarizing, not direct quoting. It seems to be two stubborn sides to this. The Jets saying we won't extend you till you get here. Reddick's camp saying we're not coming in until we have a deal. And Jake had a great solution to it. Why not agree to it, but then not sign it until you come in? Say, hey, listen, we're going to give you this. Is this something that you'll take? And then show up, and then we'll do the deal once you get here. And then both sides could say, well, we didn't extend them till he got here. And then his side could say, we got him the deal that we wanted. So you save face both sides, you get it done, and you move on. Now, I look at it this way. Even if you sign him tomorrow, I don't think he plays Thursday night.
No.
I don't.
And I wouldn't want him to.
Yeah, you got a couple days. Yeah, because the last thing you want is to get him in here, give him the big deal, get him out there, and he's not ready, and then he pulls a hammy, a quad, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or worse. So I think right now the goal would be, and you know what, Fernando makes a good point. With the JJ injury today now, if it's not too late to be the relationship to be repaired, a 2-year deal would make sense right now. And I was against that in the beginning. But today changes things. It does. You give him a 2-year deal, allows you to bring JJ back slowly next year. You don't have to put all your chips in the JJ corner of, rushing him back, expecting him to be elite the second he comes back. Someone in the chat earlier mentioned Carl Lawson. We saw what happened to him as an edge rusher after an Achilles. So there's a lot of moving parts to this now, and there's a lot of new monkey wrenches that got thrown into the equation. So it sucks. But how many teams can lose their top pass rusher and say that they have one of the best pass rushers in the league the last couple of years sitting there waiting to go? So as much as it sucks that JJ went out, I don't want to say blessing in disguise, because when someone gets injured, I never want to word it that way, but it could be worse situation, right? Like, we are in a situation where good can come out of it, right? Like, not JJ. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if TJ Watt goes down on Pittsburgh, they're fucked. There's no one to bring in like that. You know what I mean? If Crosby goes down in Vegas, you know what I mean?
Not of his caliber.
If Myles Garrett goes down, and I'm not putting JJ on that level, but JJ coming into this year was one of our guys that we expected to go to another level. Someone loses their top 2 pass rusher, there's really not an answer for that. We have the benefit and the luxury of having an answer, having a plausible answer that we don't have to pray for. In-house
answer. Yeah.
Like, we have the solution. Not many teams do. I saw someone on Twitter, do we sign Ngakwe? All right, maybe. He's a good run defender, right? But still, we have the answer. It's just a matter of how we get to that answer and how quickly we do it.
Here's the devil's advocate to that, though. Old Wall Street saying, yesterday's price is not today's price. All right. And so now, this injury, as unfortunate as it is a situation where it's going to benefit the leverage for Reddick and his camp. And Tory Dandy, you know, we've talked about him. He is president of CAA football operations. He don't play games. You know what I'm saying? Reddick is with the, you know, the old meme with the money phone or whatever, with the money. I can't hear you. I got this brick of money in my ear right now. How can I help you? What are you offering me?
Isn't that
Devil's
Jake?
advocate? Yeah, yeah, Jake. Actually, Ghostbuster umbrella. Can I help you? So that, you know, price go up. Are we paying? I mean, like, are we desperate now? Are we paying that price? You know, is it 30 million now?
Yeah.
For 2 years? Where does the sanity begin and the insanity end with this situation? So that's all I'm saying.
Agreed.
It's going to be really interesting.
I'll add this to it. The New York Jets have never been more motivated to get Reddick in than they are right now. That's the truth of it. That's the reality of the situation that we're in. You know, last year Rodgers went down. We didn't have a solution. Every option that we tried was dog shit. Trevor Siemian, people were mentioning Carson Wentz or trading for Tannehill. They're all awful solutions. Reddick is an upgrade. I'm not being mean to JJ. Everyone knows I love JJ. But Reddick is a better pass rusher than Jermaine Johnson right now today. You don't want to lose JJ, but the reality of it is that we did. So what do you do now? If you're able to upgrade the position, you upgrade the position. And you do it with a little sense of urgency. And you do open the wallet a little more than you wanted to. Because now your hand's been forced. You stood your ground. And unfortunately, your hand got played for you by somebody else.
Yep.
And circumstances dictated your hand. And now you gotta get him in. You gotta get him in.
You gotta pay that premium.
I think you target the Denver game 2 weeks from today for him to be out there in a limited role, kind of like Mike Williams. You pitch count him and you get him up to speed, and then you have him in London the same way, and then it's a full launch for the Buffalo game.
But make no mistake,
bring him out in a full launch.
Make no mistake, there is going to be an injury tax on that. There is going to be a premium on the cost of doing business.
They're paying more than they want.
Doing business is 100%. Going to be higher.
100%. If JJ came out the first 2 games, had 4 sacks, Will McDonald's got 4 sacks, one of the backups have a sack, price is down. You played your hand. JJ got hurt. The price is up. So you got to move on it. And like I said, I would look at the situation as the Buffalo game is the game where he's a full launch, and you bring him up slowly, you pitch count him, and you tell him, listen, we don't want to rush you. We can't afford another injury at the position. We're going to bring you back slowly. We're going to ramp you up, and then you're going to be a full go by October 14th.
Absolutely.
And we go from there. And we'll give you bonuses for sacks. We'll give you bonuses for wins. We'll give you bonuses for playoff depth and how far we go. We'll do all of that now. All right. We waited. We lost. You win. And now you save face and you get him in here.
What's the floor? What's the floor of that offer, in your opinion?
The floor?
Yeah. What's the floor? I mean, like,
2 for 52.
What do you start off with?
2 for 52. You go 2 for 52, right? It's $26 million a year. That's where you want it to be. His camp will probably want 2 for. They'll probably want 2 for 60. They'll probably want $30 million a year
with some escalator bonuses, maybe.
You missed 2 games, so this year will probably be a little bit cheaper. Maybe you're looking down around 26, 27 this year with 30 for next year.
You got to offset those fines too.
I'm not a great guy, but you know.
The CBA dictates that you can't offset certain fines off of that, but you got to do something to offset those fines.
49 million for 2 years. I think he gets more than
No,
100.
no, that's
He gets more than
higher
100 now.
now.
I think
Yeah,
he's
it's
getting.
higher. It's absolutely higher, Alan.
Yeah, I think it's definitely up.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like as fans, we can't have an expectation that it's going to be 25 million and Joe D has to die on that hill. We can't do that. No, the price has gone up. Price has gone up.
Speaking of Joe D, I have to use my D and go pee.
Okay. Yeah, Alan. I mean, I think it would be very obtuse to think that we can, Joe Douglas can go in there and say, oh, you know what I mean? Well, this was what the offer was before, and just have that stick. That wouldn't be good business, because that the price now is higher. I mean, it's horrible circumstances. We wish JJ the best and we love you, but we got a big hole in our defensive line and we need to fill it. And we have one that is a top 5 rusher in the NFL that we can fill it with immediately. But we have to, there has to be some pride that has to be swallowed on both sides. On the Hassan Reddick camp and Tory Dandy, and on Joe Douglas and Woody Johnson and our side. We have to eat some crow, swallow some pride, whatever, however you want to term it. And we have to move forward to do what is going to be best for this team. Because that's ultimately what should be the goal. The goal is what is going to be best for this team. And we can all agree, we can all sit here and agree that having Hassan Reddick on this team right now, not yesterday, today, would be best for this team.
Yeah, I agree. Kim, I agree with you 100%. But the silver lining in this predicament is that we have a pass rusher like Reddick on roster already that we can get in here. So Jets played hardball.
Yep. Top 5 in the last 5 years in sacks. Top 5. That's not an opinion. That is a fact. So there's no argument that he's the best thing for this team, especially today. Especially a day like today.
I don't like Sundays when I don't know. I'm just going on record. This felt like it had to be said. I felt like it had to be said.
Did you drink some coffee?
Dude, I got coffee on the way to the game this morning. I got coffee after on the way to O'Leary's event. I had a coffee at the event. I had a Wawa coffee on the way home. I had a Quick Check coffee on the way to the kid's house, and then I got another one when I got home. That's more than I normally drink in a day.
Yeah, too much coffee is not good, but coffee.
Oh, Addison, delicious. You are such a dick face, dude. Horrible. Horrible.
Nice, Addie.
Horrible. So here we are.
What do we have to look forward? What do we have to look forward to with this team on Thursday?
Oh, well, the first thing we're gonna have to look forward to is people with stupid accents in the parking lot talking about I park my car by the bar so I don't have to walk far. Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. Listen, the Patriots, I'll give them credit. Feisty, new, young head coach, team playing hard for him. I respect that. I do. I respect it. I think there is a lack of talent but there is a very strong-willed team who buys into their coach and plays hard for him. We had that with Salah when we didn't have too much talent the last couple of years. We knew that we could compete sometimes and then play hard. I see that with the Patriots through these first 2 games. Okay.
Sarah said, excuse me, stupid accents. Excuse me.
I don't know. We're playing a team from Boston. That has nothing to do with Australia. You have a lovely accent. So you go ahead into this week, short week. You tighten it up. You get the run game going a little bit better. I haven't seen much of the Patriots, so I know Stevenson gets bulk, pass game, run game. You got to tackle good in the open field with him, and you want to put that pressure on Jacoby Brissett to have to make throws. You want to get a lead. You don't want to get into a low-scoring slugfest with an ugly team because they want to play that ugly game. We want to get the lead. We want to maybe get up by 10, make them play a game that they don't want to play, and that's where we can expand upon the lead, in my opinion. So, it's fun as a fan when you don't have to wait a full week for a game, but it sucks as a player when you have to travel home and your 4th flight in, what's today? Today's Sunday. Your 4th flight in 8 days. It's a lot of miles already in the air. And now you got that short week. I'll say this: this team plays with the energy that the crowd's going to have. We'll do well. We'll do well.
Yeah, that's going to be a big factor, though. We knew this at the beginning, right? When we saw the schedule come out, three games in 17 days, short week from Sunday to Thursday for the home opener. A lot of traveling, going to be tired. That might be a factor in the game, and I think it will. Especially because we are carrying some injuries into the game. The obvious one is JJ. DJ, we don't know what's going to happen with him. If he's going to play, CJ, we don't know if he's going to play. I mean, all of these affect our defense. We're going to need our defense to, be better than it was the last 2 games, at least in my opinion. We got a little better from the San Francisco game to this one. We need to, increase that intensity. That's what she said.
Yep.
Going into the Patriots game. Because, I mean, the AFC East, when is any AFC East game a game that's going to be easy? I mean, on paper...
Thursday night for the Bills, Tua was just giving them the ball before he had 3.
But on paper, it was like it was what it was, and then it turned out to be whatever it was. But it's just never a easy task, especially for the Jets. I think I put a meme up with Canelo knocking out his opponent with the left hook, saying this is how it feels to be a Jets fan, because we're always fighting. We're always fighting with this team. It's never an easy win. So what do we have to expect? Well, we're going to go in there with our chest puffed out, saying our expectation is we should beat down this team. No problem. This is a day that we've been waiting for forever, beating them up, at our house. And I think it's going to be a little bit different than what the expectation is. It'll be a lot harder. And I said that about the Tennessee game. It's going to be a lot harder than what we expect.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Shout out to the ladies. Listen, we should be able to line up and beat this team. We don't. We should. And what was so weird about Monday night, Brees never fumbles. He fumbled. Rodgers doesn't throw interceptions. One comes off the pad and he throws one.
Oh, that wasn't on him. Yeah.
Yeah. But 2 turnovers early in the game is going to be rare with this Jets team. So I'm fully expecting a win. I'm expecting a comfortable win. Would we like to blow them out? Yes, of course. But I'm expecting a comfortable win. I think it could be like a 20-6. I think it could be a 23-10. It could be something where we have the game in hand and we're never really threatened by the Patriots. I really do believe that.
Well,
Fernando, thank you for the super chat. This is when the run starts. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Fernando, thank you for watching and thank you for the super chat, my friend.
Thank you for the super chat. They have a good defense. I mean, nobody can argue that, right?
Yeah,
they
well too for losing. They traded away Judon. So
they have a running back in Ramondre Stevenson. That is a full power back.
Yeah.
And we've been having issues stopping the run to a certain extent. So let's just keep our eyes on that. And I don't know Gerard Mayo's, track record. Obviously, he was a great linebacker for that team. And, I don't know if he's a leader of men. I don't know if he's a good X and O guy. But we're going to find out, right? On Thursday night. We'll
see. I fully expect this game to be a game that the Jets have won. I don't expect it to be a nail biter. I don't. I'm not overlooking them, but I'm a fan. It doesn't matter what my fucking thoughts are. And then in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't affect the team in any way, shape, or form. But I expect this to be 23-10. Closest 13-point victory minimum. I do. I don't think that they're going to, with Jacoby Brissett, be able to line up and drive down the field on us multiple times. I don't see it. I just don't. So, yeah, I don't know, Rick, I said that earlier, but then I pulled the stats because someone messaged me and said he's only got 3. He didn't have one last week, it says. I thought he got one. I guess they gave it to somebody else.
Oh, I don't remember him getting a sack last game.
I thought he got in there. I guess not. So he's at 3. He'll be at 4 by the end of the first quarter on Thursday. So he will have 4.
I think he blew up a running back in the game, but I don't know if he got a sack.
I'm looking at sacks. Tony Adams, Sauce Gardner, and Michael Clemens had one on Monday, Rick.
Yep.
But still, he'll be at 4, if not more, on Thursday. Oh, look at me with a little Dr. Seuss riddle or rhyme.
You're a poet and you didn't know it.
I knew it. But any other things from the game today that stuck out in your mind that you want to cover?
I want to cover a little bit of the coaching. Let's talk a little bit about that. So Hackett, a lot of people, have been tearing down Hackett pretty much all the offseason, all through last season, and coming into this season. What I saw with Hackett in this game started off slow. Obviously, that 2-20 call where he just runs a draw up the middle was like ridiculous. But that was kind of, for me, the highlight of the bad play calling. I thought as the game went on, just like the defense, when we talked about the defense earlier, as the play went on, the play calling got better, and we got a little more innovative with our running backs. Now, would I like to see a little bit more tight ends involved? Conklin, get involved in the offense a little bit more. Garrett Wilson get involved in the offense a little bit more, like moving him around, like we talked about earlier in the preseason, that we kind of foresaw maybe some things like that happening. Getting Mike Williams into the game a little bit more. Malachi Corley, I think we had one play where he looked like Debo, a little bit. I want to see more of that, but I did see enough that I said, okay, he's starting to meld the mind of Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers being out there and Brees actually catching the ball and Braylon catching the ball. Because that touchdown that Brees Hall caught reminded me of Aaron Jones. I mean, you'd see that at least once every 2 games, if not every game, where Aaron Jones would run down the sideline for the Green Bay Packers. He'd throw that ball into the end zone. So if we can see some more of that, I think we got some good things coming for our offense, and Hackett may not be the guy that I thought he was. So that's pretty much, I'm looking forward to seeing the offense generate moving forward with Aaron Rodgers, with all the weapons, with Hackett starting to get into his groove with the play calling as the game goes along.
Yeah, and how do you get into, listen, offensive coordinators, play callers tier an attack. They tier an approach. We didn't have many long drives the other day, so you couldn't get to it. You know, that pass where Garrett was in the backfield and bubbled around and they went to throw it to him the other day. Now you go to run that again later in the game, and that's when you hit the Allen underneath. Teams never saw that. We didn't run that many plays. I think that everyone has a hard-on for Hackett, that anything that he does, any drive that stalls is his fault. Let's be real. Rodgers has missed some throws. Lazard has dropped a pass. Ruckert, I thought, got held and pulled in the back of his jersey in that cut today, and I think the back. Yeah,
he should have kept going. Yeah,
I think the back judge missed it, and he slowed him down just enough to miss on that play. But things happen, and it's a lazy fucking take to just blame. And I'm not saying you; it's all over the interwebs.
Oh yeah.
It's a lazy take to just blame Hackett. Someone misses a block. Someone drops a pass. Rodgers is inaccurate when he's forced to move his feet a little bit. So many things factor into it. But Hackett sucks. All right, Hackett sucks. Well, what do you want me to do? Do you think they're going to change him in the second week because a fan is upset? That's what happens. It's part of football. You can have the perfect play drawn up. The player trips on a field, it ruins the play. The player gets beat in a pass rush, it ruins the play. If the quarterback doesn't see it because he's forced to look at the pass rush, it ruins the play. The plays will get better, the drives will get longer, and the Jets will be more consistent. After this game, I expect this game to have a little more consistency on offense. It'll look a little better. They'll be at home. The crowd will be quieter. Communication will be better. This is a group that's still learning one another, right? Simpson's new. Mike Williams is new. Braylon Allen's new. Rodgers is essentially new. Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses. There's 7 guys in the offense. Corley, 8. There's 8 guys that are major parts of this offense that are still learning one another. They're learning the checks. They're learning the calls. They're learning it. So you get through this game on Thursday. You're 2-1. You got 10 days off finally. You'll play 0 games in the amount of time that you just played 3 games, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
This is where it's a mini bye. You get your bodies right. You get your minds right. You don't have to travel. Denver comes in. You put a shellacking on them, and then you go to London. You take care of business there, and then you have an extra day. Oh, boy. Texans linebacker throws a punch.
Why am I clapping? I'm clapping because our offensive line in pass pro gets an A+ from me. They have protected Aaron Rodgers in both games to the utmost degree, and I just want to give them their flowers for doing an absolutely excellent job in protecting Aaron Rodgers to this point. Because the most important thing, if you play chess, right, is protecting the king. And that's what they did. So absolutely kudos to our offensive line for protecting our, I mean, I don't want to call him the queen on the board. Aaron Rodgers is not the queen, but
no, he don't move that well in every direction. He don't move that well in every direction. Kim, it was a linebacker on Houston threw a punch at a Bear player.
Oh, Jesus.
I hit him in the head, punched him in the head with a helmet. Very smart.
Well, that's going to cost a lot of money and games. So enjoy your mini vacation. Hope it was worth it. I never understood why players throw punches at people's head when they have helmets on. That just never made sense to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Because you hurt your hand and you get fined and suspended. That's a lose-lose situation, buddy.
Yeah. And shout out to Irv Charles, right? He had the great tackle on the punt, and he had the blocked punt.
The punt, yeah.
So there were many of you saying Irv Charles shouldn't make the team. And some of us were saying he's Hardy's replacement.
Yeah.
He's making the team. And
Yeah,
now
absolutely.
you see why. Now you see why. I think Boyer, our special teams coach, has a pretty good track record of knowing who to keep and knowing who to let go. One thing I question with him, I don't like Gibson returning kicks. I feel like Gibson is just waiting to get popped and the ball to come out. I think he's too small for being a kick returner. I would rather have Davis and Corley back there than Gibson. I think Gibson is a quick, shifty guy that you want as a punt returner. Kickoffs, I want a guy who's going to put his head down, go, can take the big hit, deliver a hit, break an arm, tackle, and go. That's me for my liking, but I'll defer to Boyer for now. But the first time Gibson gets popped and the ball comes out, just know on Sunday Night Shenanigans there's going to be an I told you so.
And it's happened, right? I mean, he's dropped the ball a couple of times last season or whatever through punts and kickoffs, but nothing yet. So I mean, we'll see. I was on the same boat. I mean, I was saying, if you have
that's my
Isaiah Davis, if you have Isaiah Davis and you have Corley fielding the punts and the kicks, then what is the utility of having Gibson on the team as well, just as a wide receiver? So obviously we're not utilizing him in the field. He's not playing the slot or doing anything else in the offense yet that I've seen. I think he's been on one play in the San Francisco game. So
I as much as Boom likes to keep receipts and call me out for saying that I did like Brownlee, I also said I don't like Gibson as a receiver, and I don't see him having a role. And Gibson would have been the guy that I got rid of. He's not good enough of a returner to keep a spot just for that. So I would have rather kept somebody like a Brownlee over Gibson. But fuck your receipts, Boom.
He's going to remember that with what did we learn at the end?
Yep, definitely. What did we learn? Fuck my receipts.
Fuck my receipts.
But yeah, I'm not a Gibson guy, and I've said this all offseason. He gave us that great moment last year on Monday night, and ever since then, he has been very disappointing. Put the ball on the ground too many times last year. Sorry, Boom. My apologies. I don't want an international crisis. No international crisis. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Sorry. Sometimes words hurt. I apologize.
He said that with international flair. I think he took out the white glove and
it was almost like you can hear the gas with the how dare
yes, how dare you? Love you, Boom.
Oh man. So listen, last week it was doom and gloom. 3 teams in our division all won. We lost.
Sky is falling. The sky.
Dolphins lost. Patriots lost. We win. You beat the Patriots now. You're 1-0 in the division. You're a game ahead of them. I don't even know who the Dolphins are losing to this week. I mean, playing. Let's go week 3. The Dolphins are at the Seahawks. That's a tough game with your starting quarterback.
Yeah, that's a tough game.
The Jaguars go to the Bills.
I hear they're interested in signing Ryan Tannehill. The Dolphins. The rumor is that they're interested in Tannehill.
What the fuck is that gonna do?
He's an upgrade from Skylar Thompson.
All right. It's still not good. Listen, it sucks that what happened to Tua sucks.
And Mike McDaniel is a good offensive genius, right? So,
what many teams find out is when you lose your starting quarterback, life gets very difficult. That's why there's only 32 of them. And 8 of those teams don't have the guy that they want starting on a yearly basis. For the Bills, Monday night, Jacksonville comes in. They should win. But then they go at Baltimore, at Houston, at us. So we're going to see what they are.
Can you put Blitz BK's comment up? Dolphins are going to trade for Zach.
You've been watching too many Dolphins shows. You've been watching Finn's Tailgate.
His best friend is there, Barrios, right? Honey Nut Barrios?
Yeah.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's there. He slipped on a route to the top of the corner of the end zone the other day that Thompson threw out of bounds anyway. That wouldn't have been catchable. But, I mean, injuries suck. Everyone's going to get them. It's just a matter of which team can overcome it and then which teams avoid the important players getting injured. It's sad. It's a part of the game. I want to thank everyone who's hanging out here watching tonight. Please make sure you like the stream. If you're watching it now or if you're watching the replay later on, if you're watching in silence, that's fine. You're just as appreciated as all the people heckling us in the chat. We actually love you a little more because you're not heckling us. I'm going to be real. The people, the people who type and are mean, I don't like you guys. The people who keep receipts, I like you a little less than I did. But we got, where are we? We got 63 watching right now and only 59 likes. So make sure you throw a like in there.
Let's get it's free to like. It's free to subscribe. And we appreciate if you give memberships.
Yeah. Yeah. The Discord's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Like literally, I'll wake up in the middle of the night to go pee and I'm like, let me see what the fuck is going on in this room. Let me see if there's stuff going on.
Some cool emojis.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. That's the new goal. I want to get to 100 likes with every video. That's the goal now. Like I want to see 100 likes with every video, every live that we do. So
tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Become a member of this channel.
Yeah, definitely. Programming note while we're discussing the show, the channel. Special show this week on Tuesday night. Since the game is on Thursday, we're going to move the shows up a day. Tuesday night, I'll be on at 10 o'clock after Talking Jets with Ryan, Matt, and Greenbean. And I'm going to have Ryan on here around 10:30. So I'll go on around 10, and then Ryan will join me on Tuesday night. It'll be first class flights just a day earlier. That's when Ryan was able to make it. And I was like, whenever you can make it, dude, we'll do it. So we'll have Ryan on here Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night at 9, we'll be back in the fold. We'll do a little Wednesday. We'll do maybe a little call-ins for everyone who's coming to the game on Thursday. and we'll get that going.
Can't wait to see everybody there on Thursday
Fernando,
night.
late night
It's
live
just
for
going to
people.
be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, Fernando, thank you, man. Thank you for noticing that. I've always just enjoyed getting everything done that I need to get done during the day, and I've been a little unmotivated during the day before I got back into workflow, and then like depression would hit me, and I'd be like, "Yeah, fuck this! I'm getting up. I'm doing a show at night." You know, sometimes when life was bad, it took me a little bit, but things are good now, and I kind of like the set schedule. You know, I go from work to coaching football Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I rush in on Wednesday to sit down at 9 to be on here with you guys. And yeah, you know, a lot of people can't catch myself included. I was very big and active in all Jake's shows. And then I started working from 11:30 to 5:30 during the week. And then I go right to football. I miss those shows. So I'm trying to get in there as much as I can. But for those that miss those shows, I got you. For those that miss those shows, you know, it's good play. And you know, when we get later on, you know, I'll do call-ins and I open that up. So thank you for being a part of the community. And
I hear there's an engagement to announce in the chat.
Who got engaged?
Apparently, it is an international wedding. Along the lines of 90 Day Fiance. And the news is that I'm officiating the wedding.
When the fuck
is this all true?
When did this happen?
You need to catch up. You need to catch up in the chat.
Carly, congratulations. We're engaged. Is it me and Carly?
No.
Wow. Nick about to go in his room and listen to The Cure. I love The Cure, by the way. That's fucking a great reference that he even knows that.
Clancy. Bobby can play the organ.
Sarah wants Hawk and not Nick. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. As long as I can just be a part of Sarah's bachelorette party, Hawk, that's all I need. Just one night, and I'm good, man. You can have the marriage. I don't know. Yes, Carly will make wedding cookies.
The cookies. There we go.
But I will say to both of you, don't get married. Marriage sucks.
Sponsored by
Sarah. I'm glad that you approve because guess what, girl? I was doing it anyway.
Oh,
nice. Aurora's all packed. Aurora will be here. For anyone who's coming to the game Thursday night, myself, Boy Green, VR, Johnny, Knob will be here. Hank G's coming in from Canada. Blitz BK, Mr. Bonesy, Snowball, a lot of others, Infrared. We're all going to be at E26. E26 is where we're going to be. When you come over to Turnpike and you're looking at the stadium, it's the lot to the right as you're pulling up. It's out by the American Dream sign. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hovering Hispanic.
Hispanic Heritage Month. Hispanic, also Latino Heritage Month.
Hispanic hoverboard. So, yeah, hit us up. E26 Tailgate Joe. We'll be there. We'll have a tent. Bring a chair. Stop by. Say hello. Yeah, Blitz, I have a feeling that I'm going to fucking tell you, like, you're like Addison and Weed. I'm going to have to tell you 10 more times before Thursday. So don't worry.
I'll forget again and again.
Snowball, I tell you what, you gave me a ride to the train station at the draft party. I'll give you the lap dance for free. Don't stress it. Don't stress it. You know, it'd be great, though. Sarah has said she's not leaving Australia. So that means we get to get rid of Hawk. So it's like a win-win. It's a win-win. Sorry, Hawk, you've taken over the role of Johnny.
All Hawk all the time, huh?
Jetstream, getting married or not, that super special classified top secret DP group agreement still stands, right? Yeah, like Carly, the bachelorette party is already just me, you, and Sarah. I mean, like, Genergy is welcome to show up too. You know, we do need a videographer. That's a great question.
Ooh, Miss Marilyn.
Do you think she thinks about us from time to time?
I post comments in her
Definitely.
thing every once in a while. Like, great job, good picture, nice stuff. She got an award at some point too, like really nice. I miss her. She was very nice.
She was nice.
Let's invite her to the game.
Yes.
She's in the area.
Yes. It's so good.
I'll put down some money on that.
Yes, Carly's on fire today. How are you all friends? Do you all work here at the shoe store? And we're all dressed in Jets gear. It's all the dudes, but we're all dressed in Jets gear. And she's like, yes, we all work here.
Oh, that's so funny. Exactly.
We could barely all fit in the store together at the same time. But yeah, we all work here round the clock.
What about that random dude that just came in and gave us like, do you know that Marilyn Monroe? She did the famous
over on Lexington Ave and 51st. What are you, the fucking Marilyn Monroe tour guide of New York City?
It's like, what the fuck? Oh.
Yeah. Carly must have watched this video and memorized. Well, you know what? That's having a good young brain. She said, "Oh, sorry, I was married to Joe DiMaggio. He was a baseball player. I don't know much about football." That's not my best Maryland voice, but you know who else played baseball? Diddy will be there Thursday with us also. Carly, I have watched it a million times. You know what? I'm starting to think Sarah might be a player. I'm starting to think Sarah might be a player. Last week, she's offering a double team with Carly and her with me. Now this week, she wants to marry Hawk. Now, I mean, I feel that she's what did the kids say? A tease? Internet tease? What are you doing, Sarah? What are you doing? You're trying to mess with all our fragile minds. We're Jets fans. We're not built for teasing. We're not built to have a goal flaunted in front of us that we'll never achieve. Oh, Fernando, very good question. I know you got to go. I'm going to get your link, and I'm going to drop it in the chat right now.
Beat you to it.
But are you a moderator?
Yeah, I am.
You're okay. Then it's visible.
Yeah.
If you drop a link and you're not a moderator, it shows that you sent it, but everyone else won't see it. So there you go. For those of you who haven't already, number one, shame, shame, shame. Number two, do yourself a favor and go follow the 411 on New York Sports. Good night, Aurora, and we will see you Thursday. I am purchasing the parking passes tomorrow when I wake up. If anyone needs a parking pass for Thursday night and you haven't already, you got to send me $46 tonight, either through Venmo or Cash App. I will say this one time and one time only. After I make the call tomorrow, I am not ordering anymore. It's done. It's a wrap. I've given you 2 weeks. That's it.
Thank you, Fernando, for asking and bringing that up. I appreciate you, sir.
Oh, wee-oo, super white girl moment. Wee-oo, super white girl moment. Oh, wait a minute. I dropped off cookies at someone's job. Wee-oo, another super white girl moment. This white girl moment's been brought to you by Carly's Cookies. Carly's Cookies.
And Kicks by Carly.
Yes.
She bakes great cookies, and she also does personalized sneakers, gloves, and all sorts of
And in her
different
spare
clothing.
time, she watches the video of Marilyn Monroe.
Saying, "Ruh-dee-dee."
Awesome. All right. My bladder is catching up today from the heat early this morning. I am going to pee one more time before I release you from your evening duties. The airwaves are yours. Use them however you want. And please do not be kind or complimentary to Johnny. I said I wouldn't make fun of him. I didn't say that I wouldn't stop compliments from heading in his direction.
Johnny boy, Johnny, love you, nephew. What's going on? So just real quick, I want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Sunday Shenanigans is always one of my favorites to do this with Nick. He is excellent, funny, just great content that he does. Proud New York Jets fan. If you haven't liked and subscribed, go ahead and do that. My channel.
What the fuck do you mean? One of?
Look at that.
What the fuck do you mean? Yeah, I'm leaning over the back of the computer. What the fuck?
Look at that beautiful beard.
Hell yeah. This is what the ladies see, baby. One of. This motherfucker said one of.
If you haven't subscribed to my channel along with Johnny Boy and Infrared, it is the 411 on New York Sports. I dropped the link in the description there in the comments. We do a show on Fridays at 6 p.m. The last show that we did had a special guest Clancy. It was a fire show, absolutely funny, good information. We have segments on there. We do a strong message at the end. We have a lot of laughs and a lot of fun. The chat gets involved. It's great. We do call-ins. Beautiful show. I do 5-minute flashpoints throughout the week. That's Jets content, points. Try to make it in 5 minutes or less. It's always more, but that's all throughout the week. It's always on the page as well. We also do, different shout outs for other content that's on there. Infrared Jets. You can, see his stuff on the page as well. Jets Worldwide, Sundays at 10:30. That show is popping with all the different content creators and special guests that come on there and play the match game. Just great content that's happening in this Jets community. All of it, everything that comes together from this community has to do with you. You make this community. You help us out. Your support, you liking and subscribing, you being consistent in the chat, always being funny, always being there for all of us. We love you and you love us, and that's the way it should be. And we just thank you for your support, for everything that you do. And we love you, JETS, Jets. We're going to have an awesome season. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. This is going to be our year. And on that note,
I know you were showing your tattoo, but it looked like you were holding up a microphone that you didn't have. You just hold the microphone next time, dude.
Yeah, right. Real quick, before I go, I want to say this is a special hat. This is a hat from the 80s. And the special thing about this hat is that it turns around to become.
Sarah, just so you know, that's also how Hawk uses condoms. He reuses them and turns them inside out. So buyer beware. Enjoy that honeymoon, sweetheart.
So always got to bring something new and different to Sunday Shenanigans with the clothes and the fashion. And this hat, like I said, this is a relic from the 1980s.
Turns around to become a Pat's hat. I fucking hate that he makes me laugh. I hate that he makes me fucking laugh, but he does.
Noah's the greatest, man. He's not a troll, but he's like troll level entertainment.
You know what though? Like you want to like grab him and like choke him, and then it's like, oh man, he's the lovable like jabber. Like sometimes
He's like Bart
you know what?
He's like Bart Simpson. Bart Simpson in The Simpsons. You know, he's like Homer's always choking him, but he's lovable. You know.
No.
My favorite Amadeus.
Oh no. Well, we'll talk about this later.
All right, folks.
All right, brother. Be
Mario.
good.
Peace.
Thank you, sir.
Love
Have
you
a
all.
good night. You're the man.
Have a good night.
Our first victory show together. We've been doing shows for several months. Our first of many victory shows.
So awesome. I got to give on the way out air horns for our victory on the way out.
Hawk's going to turn Sarah inside out like VR's hat.
Ooh. Hot sauce. Hot sauce. Let's go. I'm officiating the wedding, so that's what I heard.
Traitor. You're a fucking traitor. Johnny, you're in on Sunday nights now. You're in on Sunday night. I keep my Puerto Rican co-host ratio equal. Johnny, you're in. VR. I hope you don't wear your underwear like you wear your hat. Please don't. Remember, the brown stain goes on the inside. Good night, sir. Later, buddy.
Good night, everybody.
All right. I don't have a lot of time left in me, but since we won today, I will reward you, dirty, rotten scoundrels, and we'll do some quick call-ins. Where are you? Where are you? The chat is on fire right now. It will not. Where the fuck is my comment? I don't know what just happened. The YouTube is catching up, I think, and my comment just literally disappeared. All right, I want to pin this message. Damn it. All right, stop. Pin message. Did that link pin? Anyone? Live. Did the link pin? Somebody help me out. All right, cool. My YouTube is acting very, very weird. Very, very weird today. Oh, no, you're not. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear earlier, but no. Nope. You will be removed from the Discord. Yeah, this is a sad day, Sarah. I thought we had a good thing going. I'm friendly with your child. Let him on air with us the other night. And this is how I get treated. This is how we get treated. Horrible. Man down, Clancy. Man down. Man down right now. I thought Sarah was different. I thought she didn't mind a cripple. I guess she wants a mental cripple in Hawk, not a physical cripple in me. So I guess she's just changed her tune. Carly, you want to come on and flirt with me and make Sarah and Hawk jealous that they have to just text in my chat to communicate and we can talk to each other on air? Feel free. Feel free, Carly. Feel free. Hawk says, this is how all my friendships end. Number one, friends. Nah. Number two, I thought most of the men do it with, you weren't a girl after all. Mr. Bonesy comes back after, what's up? If I send you the Maryland video, will you play it? Are you dressed as Maryland? Maryland, not Maryland. That's a state. I'm tired. All right. No one's clicking the link, then I'm out. That's it. Adios. Click the link, or I shall be gone. Who's here? There he is, the international superstar. Hank G. What's up, buddy?
Oops. Hey.
Oh, look at that. 3 people clicking now as soon as I say I'm going to leave. I know. I know.
Never fails. Never
I
fails.
know how to work a crowd. How you doing, bud?
Doing great. Victory, first of the season.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
Sucks about JJ, obviously, but
It does. It does.
it sucks that we always have to sacrifice a player to actually get a win. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, looking forward to Thursday. Big game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. Do you need me to pick you up from the hotel that day for the game? Are you coming over with Johnny and them? Like what?
Good question. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking since you opened a channel in Discord about the game, so once closer to like I'm coming in Wednesday morning, first thing, heading over to the hotel. I'm coming in at like 7:15 in the morning. And then heading to the hotel, see when I can check in. Probably gonna catch up on some sleep, but I figure everybody's working on Wednesday anyways. But yeah, and then just see who is available, who wants to hang out, and yeah, and then I'll be there until Friday. So
I'm
hopefully
off
get around a little bit.
I gotta go up and pick up Knob. Knob is gonna be, I forget where, maybe Harrison. He's not too far. So maybe I'll scoop you up too. Maybe we'll go out and get lunch and maybe see some ladies in the afternoon. See how the day goes.
Exactly.
The day goes. Just know that the day goes really good if I'm not shaking anyone's hand and I'm fist bumping. Just take that as a clue. How the afternoon went. Just take that as a clue. Rick has a question. Why do you have shelves with nothing on them?
I do. I just have like tissue box and whatnot. I took some stuff down because I usually sit somewhere else, but I already like moved over to the bed. So, yeah.
Rick.
And I recently installed them. There's plants and pictures on the other side.
There you go. All right, it's a work in progress. Stop being a dick, Rick.
Fair question. Fair question.
It is.
So yeah,
Carl, you should just come out. It's very simple to get out here. Take the train into Secaucus. I'll scoop you up. We hang out for a bit, and then you head home for the game. Done. Fun. Great time in the parking lot.
Yeah, I hear you. The weather is going to be amazing.
I'm always afraid to look ahead at the weather. Like I really am. After last year where it rained at like 5 of the home games, like I'm petrified to look. Every game it was raining last year.
Right.
What do we got for Thursday? See, now I got rain on Thursday.
You do?
I got 39% rain for Thursday. Considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. High is 76. Winds 5 to 10. Chance of rain 40%.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're from Canada. Maybe that is amazing weather for you guys.
No, we haven't had rain in almost a week here. So,
well, this is good that we have 30 people who are paid for the tailgate, and we have a tent.
Oh, okay. Even better. What did I see here?
It's
7 days. Oh yeah, it does say.
You mind if I bring some other guests in with you?
Oh no, bring him on.
We will bring in Nathaniel.
Wait, hold on.
The only Nate in the Jets world that we love. We don't like Hackett. We do like you. Did you tell me to hold on when I put you on air?
I got food. Yeah, I'll be right back. Sorry.
Unprofessional swine. Let's bring in a guy. Do you have anything to do after you click to join? Or like, wash a car, to do anything?
Nah,
Just sit and smoke a bowl. You're good.
that's it.
I do want to say, just so if there's any confusion, I do want to say fuck Weed the People for not calling in today. I wanted to hear about his adventures of the day, so fuck him.
Yo, he didn't sleep last night before he hit the ferry and then was there all day. He probably finally asked out when he got home.
Carly's saying she missed you. What happened? I thought you were going.
I literally slept through my alarms. My phone was on vibrate. I missed all the missed calls. I woke up at like 12:30.
Wow.
Tough, long couple of weeks. But Thursday, I'll be there Thursday, so I know I wanted to be there, but I got caught up.
You have a ticket for the game?
Yeah. Yeah, I bought it like when the schedule came out, basically.
Where are you sitting?
249A, I believe.
Oh, nice. That's right where my buddy James, who runs my tailgate, sits.
It's like in the twos, but it's like a half step up in front of the twos. I don't know.
Yep, I know right where you are.
In the corner, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think you're the first section outside of the suite.
Oh, nice.
I think. Or the club.
249A at row 8. So looking forward to it for sure.
Roger, I do want to comment to Roger. Last summer, there was a cricket infestation in the basement here. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I was on crutches. I killed 28 and a half crickets last summer in the house. Why a half, you ask? Because I don't count a baby cricket as a full kill. So I killed 28 and a half crickets last summer with my crunching them. I also caught a bunch of them on, if you go on Amazon and you put in cricket trap, it's like $7. You get 2 sheets that like you peel and you put out, and they'll get on there, they'll get stuck to it, and then they can't make the sound anymore. Hey, Rick. The only thing that changed my luck around in life. I killed so many crickets that I finally have good luck. So 28 and a half kills. 28 and a half kills. I was like Addison in fucking Fortnite. I was like Nate in the Dolphins chat the other night.
Yeah.
28 and a half kills for Nate the other night. You're on mute still. You muted yourself.
That was epic. That was crazy.
That was fun.
That's the only reason I'm here is because they're not live right now, actually.
I have to schedule my whole life around their shows now.
Just
like the movie, if you say his name, he appears. Addison.
Yeah.
It's Discord. It's Discord on YouTube.
It's a Discord party on air.
Precursor to
the difference is I have pants on. It's the only difference. I have pants on right now.
Speak for yourself, man. Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself is right.
I didn't say we. I didn't say we have pants on. I said I know to lower the bar when you guys come on.
Compared to Discord when he doesn't.
Man.
So how are we feeling, guys? It's our first victory of the season. There was a lot of tension. There was a lot of nerves. How does it feel to know that we're not 0-2 and that we don't have the weight of the world on this team going into?
It's good we won, but it's like the most unhappy I've been after a win since we lost JJ. That shit sucks.
Yeah,
it does suck.
Yeah,
an up and coming player like that getting an injury, it's disheartening. It really is.
Yeah.
That was the one position group I was focused on too, because I obviously wanted to see the defensive line, and then losing him is just so huge going forward. It's like we need 2 pieces now.
Yeah.
So other than Reddick, which may or may not be signed, who's behind Will McDonald who could step in and maybe has the potential to pick up some of the slack?
I think you're going to see the percentage of plays for Will McDonald go up to like 70%. Does anyone know the percentage of the breakdown of the plays today? Did anyone see that? I know.
Not yet.
I
was trying to look it up, but I didn't see the snaps were out yet.
I think McGregor played.
And
But Jermaine had
LT3?
65% of the plays last week.
Is LT3 hurt or is he just inactive today?
Even inactive.
He wasn't active.
He's not. Yeah, they didn't suit him up yet.
I feel like in the middle, maybe he could help.
Yeah.
Nate, I saw your DM on Twitter.
Yeah, that was a great.
Yeah, McGregor had 1 tackle today.
That
was a great quote.
It was great.
So could activate Thomas, could activate Watts if you wanted to.
Yeah. We bring in someone from the outside or call up someone from the P squad.
It's got to be a few veterans.
Saying, Addy, can we activate JFM?
He got hurt today, concussion. He was out for the Broncos today, concussion. Like during the game,
really?
he got hurt. During the game.
You don't even have to play for the Jets anymore to get injured.
It's injury by association. Oh, you once played for the Jets? You're injured.
Nick, I know you saw it in my super chat earlier, but is no one else just like second guessing the coaching just a little bit at all? Or not second guessing, but I'm having the same feeling of like Philadelphia. It's like, okay, we won the game, but I almost feel like we won despite coaching, not like because like our sideline. We didn't win because we had Hackett and Salah on the sideline. We won because Aaron Rodgers was our quarterback and the defense was talented enough and responded in the second half. It wasn't like schemed up better in the second half or something like that. It was, again, we're like 1 play away from all of us being in a very different mood tonight.
Yeah.
That's where it happened. And we've been there the last couple of years, Nate. But now the difference is we have the quarterback who can get us that drive, and it's not tied at 17, and they go down and kick a field goal and win. Now we have the difference maker to get us that touchdown drive.
Against a good team, you're right, but against a team where we were up 2 turnovers and blocked a punt, we should have been up 2 touchdowns already. It shouldn't have come down to the last play. We got the 2 turnovers. We blocked the punt. We should have been up to like. There's no way that we should be hanging our hat on like, okay, we have Rodgers to save the day. It's like we just beat. I think someone called him.
Happen every week though.
That touchdown to Ridley, though.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen every week.
Dude, the guy gave us the game.
As this team is evolving and as this team
that game is different
together, and as this team is learning how to win,
we were in trouble if we went down 14-0 at that point. You're right.
Fuck yeah.
Can we all agree on that? Can we all agree on that?
Yeah. I said it. We were hanging out on the stream. I said it. I was like, we go down another touchdown here, we're in trouble. It was early though. We were playing bad.
Yeah.
But Ridley's
I was
touchdown,
confident. I know
Ridley's
it sounds weird. I was confident.
Improbable. That was a crazy play. So there's some things on the other end too. Maybe. But I hear you. Fine line between wins and losses in general. Like you said, most of the time it comes down to the last half of the fourth and who plays better or whatever.
We got a difference maker at the most important position of football.
Yeah,
now,
definitely.
Everyone else, the offensive line, the run game, the timing with the receivers. He's learning Mike Williams. He didn't have him. That looked pretty good on that one pass. That'll all get better. We heard from people that a jump ball to Mike Williams is like they call it 50-50 balls, but for him it's 80-20. You saw that on that 2nd and 16 route. Like he went and got that ball and came down with it. Just like Brees.
I'm not concerned about the players, but the coaching I am. It's like now Salah's in the same boat as Michael Clemens. Like I wanted to protect both of them going into the season, but now it's like, okay, I've watched 2 games and now I'm not protecting them until they show me something good. That's it. I'm not saying I hate the guy and I'm not saying I want him fired, but it's like I'm not putting on my Michael Clemens jersey until he shows me he's going to make a play. Every time I see Michael Clemens, he's getting run over. And the same thing with Salah. Until Salah shows me he can do something to help us win against a good team, but he proved me wrong. He's now in the Michael Clemens
players
boat.
Are going to decide that, though, Nate. Like, when the players get better together, that will make Salah look better.
And even Hackett.
You don't think that?
Sure, but at some point, Salah's got to help winning, or else we could just say coaching doesn't matter. That's basically what we're saying then, because coaching does matter in football. It matters the most.
No. I just think that you're expecting Salah to like wave a wand, and all of a sudden it happens. The chemistry.
I'm not. I'm just expecting. It's been 4 years. I want to see it. I just want to see it.
I got you. And I think today you started to see the beginning of it because, like I said, old New York Jets, 17-17, we don't score. They go down. They kick a field goal. We lose 20-17. We get the ball back with 30 seconds left. We don't even get in field goal range. It's an interception. The Jets lose. They're 0-2. This was the beginning of it. It's just not a finished product yet.
It's a step. It's not the whole thing. We're not perfect yet.
It's not the top flight, but it's a step up.
Yeah.
And you're going to get better results. You're going to get – we play this team in November, we probably win by multiple scores. We played them now without any preseason time. So it's better to win this game in a sloppy manner and use it as part of the process of growth than to lose it, right?
And we were talking about it with Hackett on the stream again. Isn't like part of the reason the relationship is so good with Rodgers is that like you got to imagine that Hackett thinks along with Rodgers in a play calling sense. That's probably why Rodgers likes him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they learned to work together so
Hackett had a pretty good game today. Yeah, Hackett wasn't terrible.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he was bad at all.
Like, they're thinking along the same path anyway. They should be. Like Hackett should be thinking along with Rodgers, calling plays that he knows he likes
Rodgers
to run.
And Hackett are our OC. I give them both the OC kind of nod.
Yeah, definitely.
They both wear this
because he's giving them a few plays, and then he decides at the line which one they're going to run. They call two in the huddle.
Yeah, they're giving suggestions, and Rodgers picks.
But BJF made this point. If none of us were Jet fans and Saleh got fired, would you be excited about your team hiring him?
No, not at this instant. No. No. At this instant,
I'll say this. Right now,
yes.
I think it's inconclusive for me.
Yes,
because I've never seen him with an elite quarterback.
Quarterback,
and we're two games in. Yeah, we're 2 games in with teams that don't play in the preseason anymore. I think it's too soon to have a definitive answer for that, Nate. And it's not a cop out. I just think we're going to see what everybody is as we get deeper into the season.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm excited. We will have to see it. Boom asked me a question in chat too, but I definitely have an answer for that.
Yeah, I mean, the one good thing I saw today is that we had we stopped them pretty much, except for that one bomb in the second half. We pretty much stopped them from scoring. So that is something we didn't do in San Francisco. They pretty much scored on every drive. So I don't know much about the tactics, if they finally started stacking the box against a weak quarterback and dared them to throw. So that's the other thing. The other thing is, too, what I see. I want to see them play at home because starting on the road twice, I mean, it's tough to win anyways, especially if you're relatively new assembled. But then you play on the road where everything is cheering against you, right? And communication is low and whatnot. So coming out with one win out of it and being that one win in Tennessee, okay, San Francisco, it is what it is. But it is, everyone would have said San Francisco is the hardest opponent on our schedule. So
and
that's
they're
out of the way.
1-1. They're 1-1 too. Their fans.
Yeah, they got beat today.
Yeah. But again, they lost away, right?
By the Vikings today.
So let's see how we do at home. If we still have all that trouble at home and whatnot over the next home games or the next few weeks, right? Again, it's inconclusive at this point in time, but again, I see enough that they got a win out of it, and there's still so much football to be played. Let's hope the rest stays healthy as much as, or at least healthier than the rest of our opponent, and then we'll see how it goes in week 10. If it's still like if you're have the same record, 50%, then then we'll talk about coaches.
But
we'll see.
Let's look at some things, right? Let's look back in the last week. Breece Hall never fumbles, gets the ball punched out. Rodgers doesn't throw interceptions, gets punched off of Garrett Wilson's shoulder then the other team picks it off on a deflection. Sauce Gardner's in coverage, doesn't turn around. Ridley catches a long touchdown. We could say all we want about coaches, but players make the plays. The ball bounces the way the ball bounces. And sometimes I think 2 games on the road is entirely too small of a sample size to say any definitive statement about this coach with this team. We know the last 2 years we haven't had quarterback
4 years. It's not 2 games, it's 4 years.
What's his 2 games with Rodgers? He
Yeah,
hasn't had a quarterback.
Sure,
to
I
3
know, but
years.
it's like I also grade off like the Lions game. Like there was a big timeout issue to answer Boom's question. He gave up 3 points
Agreed.
today. There was a minute and 3 on the clock in the first half. The clock was ticking. The Titans were letting it tick. He decided to take the timeout.
Yo,
Next play, 40 yards down the field. What was that?
now Nate, I do agree with
Yeah,
a lot of things you said, but that exact moment you're talking about when he called the timeout, that's him having faith in his defense. If we get that stop on 3rd and 2 after that timeout, we get the ball back, and Rodgers is going down, and we get the field goal.
Bonesy. Hold on. I agree with you, but then if he's thinking that, he needs an analytics guy because that's a Madden 12-year-old's point of view. In the best case scenario, you get the ball back at your own 20 with 35, 40 seconds left to go. Like that's not oh, I'm gonna score automatically type possession. That's 3 yards. 3 yards. If they get 3 yards, which they were getting like that in the first half. You know, if you go up 3
You
yards,
didn't
now
feel
they have a
any
chance to
momentum
score
after
3,
the
which
touchdown,
they
though?
did, and you aided them into doing that. The clock was running, and they were okay letting it run. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I think
you gave them
Jermaine
3
aided
points,
in
3
that with
points
that
that we might have
penalty.
needed. Well, but I'm saying the next
I don't know.
play turned
in
into
the
50
moment,
yards.
Nate, in that moment though, I felt the momentum. I kind of wanted that timeout. Because I feel like on first down they had that screen that we kind of almost blew up, but then they got a couple yards, and then even the second play, I feel like we were still being aggressive and had them, and they got to that 3rd and 2. I thought we were getting that stop. I really did.
Bonesy, we had the momentum. We played a terrible half and then tied it up going into the half and getting the ball back with Aaron Rodgers. We were winning that game. I didn't want to give up any momentum. I was at the bar. As soon as he called the timeout, I'm looking at everyone. Watch us give up points now. Watch us give us points, and he's aiding that by giving them the timeout, stopping the clock for them when it would have been 40 seconds, 3rd and 3. You know what I'm saying? Like that analytically, I guarantee you was a terrible call. You know what I'm saying? Like us getting the ball back with under a minute left at our own 20, the chances to score are not the same as again if you give up first
But
down 3
Rodgers
yards
though in
later
one
and they're already
timeout.
at midfield.
You got
We just
Rodgers in
saw
one
first half.
timeout.
We just saw a first half where most of our drives are it's either a long slow touchdown drive or 3 and out. That's what I've seen. I haven't seen like one play bombs, and I'd rather, based on that first half, go in 7-7 than going like we gave up the momentum at the half, right? We gave it up to the Titans going to the half and gave up the lead and whatnot. I was just like that was not great coaching, and I've seen timeout issues with him in the past where I'm like he's got to clean that up at least for me. I'm just like prove something, like be more prepared, be more disciplined. We're always the team with more flags on both sides of the ball. Happened again today. Do something where it's like, oh yeah, we don't have flags today. We're up 14-0 against the Titans. Like Mark Sanchez and the Jets used to handle business. They used to win, 38-10 in games when they had to handle business. I just want to see business handled like that. Not, oh my God, 4th and goal and all of T squared is like, holy shit, I hope there's not a flag because if they get this touchdown and go for 2, all of us are in freak out mode right now. And I just want to put it into perspective because the Eagles game fooled us all last year. So I just don't want to be fooled again because after the Eagles game, we were all, oh, this is a playoff team. We could do it. And then it was no touchdown for a whole month. So I just want to put into perspective what we saw today. It was a win. But just like Michael Clemens, show me something. Show me something, coach. Show me something, Clemens.
Yeah, they got to put it together
I
back
remember.
to back. They got to win.
One thing
you give up 10 points in the first half. You give up 7 points in the second half. To hold the team less than 20 points, we've said the last couple of years we'd be a playoff team if we were holding teams less than 20. We did that today. We got the win. I don't. We're doing things that we've asked them to do.
Perfect, definitely, Salah.
We've asked this coaching staff hold the team to under 20 points, offense score more than 20, and we'll be a playoff team. You saw that today. I don't get the. I think you're trying to put the carriage before the horse, and then just let the horse lead the carriage down the road.
That's what we do as fans. We break down everything. We don't. A win's a win. All right, see you next week. What did we see today? I'm just telling you what I saw in the coaching. What I saw in Michael Clemens is the same. They show me nothing. They don't show me like we're gonna win because of
wearing
Salah.
the jersey. Michael Clemens sucks.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. But it's just right. But what if Clemens has 3 sacks next week? Like, what if Salah looks like a genius next week? I just want someone to. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I would be shocked if either of those happened. That's my point. It's like we don't win because of our coaching. Like back in the Rex Ryan days, you and I could both agree we won lots of our games because of our coaching. We knew that blitz was going to be drawn up on 3rd down, and he was going to save it for the 4th, and we were going to get to Brady and end the game. Like, we knew we had the best defensive mind, and we knew we were going to win games because of Rex Ryan. And
it's a different philosophy. The one thing with Salah is like he almost gives me like a Mike Tomlin vibe, but just not as good. You know, like he's not calling plays on either side of the ball. It's like you're almost putting the faith into, like, Rodgers has said it in his interviews that, like, one thing that he respects with Salah is that Salah lets his coaches coach, but we don't see it in game enough that, like, makes the regular eye be happy with what's going on. Like, the only thing I could really personally give Salah from behind the scenes is his development of how he develops players. Because other than that, on game day, he's really not doing. But I would love to see, like, Salah go up to Brick and be like, "Yo, I know I always let you run the ship, but give me a fucking run blitz right now and make sure that they don't get this 3rd and goal. And if they beat us deep
how do you know he doesn't?
A play action."
How do you know he doesn't?
I won't get mad at you for the chunk play. But don't let them fucking get this run, you know?
It felt like they adjusted.
But how do you know that he doesn't? He's on the headset. Just because he's not screaming in Ulbricht's face, how do you know he's not on the headset? Like, all right, watch for the run blitz here.
Well, you don't see the run blitz, though. You don't see the run blitz, Nick.
They did it a few times today, actually. Yeah. Well, they adjusted. They did. I saw MC2 and Quincy blitz on a run blitz, both of them, same time.
Fernando, thank you for the super chat. Saying, relax, boys. We got something special brewing up.
But we need more of it.
And yeah, absolutely. But this is part of building the team.
Yeah.
We're not going to be if we win this game 40-0 today, we're still not a fucking finished product.
Yeah.
It's about getting better week after week, game after game. And during the game, we got better today. We were down 7-0. We went on a 24-10 run to end the game. It didn't start the way we wanted to, but they went 24-10. Coincidentally, when I started watching, you're welcome, everyone. Now I'm fucking taking credit for it. Now you got me fired up. But we went on a 24-10 run to end the game.
You can't disregard.
That's winning football.
You can build off of that.
What we like or what we don't like. There's shit that's going to happen in a game that can turn a game. The Jets had some things go against them. The Jets had some things go for them. And when push came to shove, they finished the fucking job. They won the game. Now, you start a new game Thursday. Do the same shit. Win that game. Not every game is going to be a perfect performance in the NFL. We see that. The Chiefs weren't perfect today. They find a way to win at the end. All you got to do is win the game on the schedule that week.
And how New England, how New England's going to play. They're going to want to run the ball, and they're going to want to control the clock. They're not going to throw the ball all over us.
It's going to be the same as
you can't underestimate parity in the NFL too. We are disregarding, like, everyone would have took this win much better if it was against a team that you didn't think stinks. Like, everyone's just like, oh, the Titans stink.
They don't stink. They're not horrible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think the Titans are a bad team. I think their defense is stout. And if you look at the NFL, the Patriots just beat the Bengals, and then the Bengals almost beat the Chiefs. And
they should have.
And it's just like parity is all over the NFL. So I'm not. This game, you saw a lot of rust get knocked off on the offense. I still have questions about the defense stopping the run and how they're doing that. But I think the offense is just getting started. That's one thing that I will say. The offense was a little rusty, but they're not. You can see Rodgers knocking rust off. And how they went right to the quick passes from when they started the game again and it wasn't going good, and Rodgers started spreading them out, doing the quick passes. I loved seeing both running backs on the field at the same time. That was great seeing them, like, actually
more
and
progress.
Then don't forget that. Yep, and then Brees was nursing a hamstring injury the whole game, so he wasn't even 100% out there.
Yeah, and you're going to see more of all the other guys too.
He's hurting.
Yeah. Real quick, while we're all at each other's throats after a victory, what did we learn today?
Not really.
Let's start dropping those. I'm just fucking teasing, Clancy.
No, I know.
We won a game. It wasn't pretty enough. It's Jets fans. This is Jets fans. Even when we win, we're not happy.
We have to do what we can to get these wins. Last year, these are losses.
It's the first time since 2010 that we've had back-to-back games with multiple touchdowns thrown.
I think three
Or
touchdowns.
2015. I'm sorry, 2015. First time we've had back-to-back games with multiple touchdowns, though.
Probably to Brandon Marshall.
Yo, man, Rodgers is just knocking rust off.
Yeah.
I hate the one play that drove me nuts is when it's 3rd and 1 and we come out in shotgun and run right up the middle and it gets blown up. That's the type of shit that it's like, God damn, why are those so basic plays that never work for us?
There he is. Yeah, early on it was bad.
Right here, baby.
Real quick, while we're going, please start dropping your what did we learn? Because I do want to get out of here in a couple minutes.
Yep. Johnny.
Been a long day.
Facts, Hawk.
Jay, what do you got to add?
Thank God we won.
Yeah. So I just want to add, a lot of people were saying, hey, we're going to beat the Titans by like 25 points. Titans not a good team. Titans rebuild their whole team. Titans have a potent offense now, and it's their second game as well. And let's please not act like we didn't see Will Levis be a baller all game and just find a way to make plays.
He gave us the game.
No, we didn't. We didn't see that all game.
Yes, we've seen it for majority of the game. Though, yes, he made 2 mistakes, but don't sit here and act like Will Levis didn't have a good game.
He was avoiding those fucking sacks. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was a Zach Wilson-esque mistake that ruins the whole game. You can't flip the ball backwards on 3rd and goal from the 10. That was insane.
That was terrible. Yeah.
That was and last week he did the same thing. Like, you can't call him a baller when he literally makes 12-year-old plays back-to-back weeks in the NFL, flipping the ball backwards, which flipped. Last week he lost his team the game, flipping it backwards. This week he lost the team the game, flipping it backwards. But according to you, he's a baller in the NFL.
Jets, you'd blame Salah and say the coaching sucks.
No, not at all. I never said the coaching sucks. I said I want to be proven wrong. Like, I want him to affect the game in a positive way, not almost lose to a rookie coach with preteen.
Nick said it though, Nate. It's hard for him to do
adjustments and coming out at halftime, going on a 24-10 run. How do you not
Nick,
get that? If you're giving credit to them,
did you see? What defensive adjustments did you see, Nick?
I don't know what the adjustments they made are.
You just said it. You just said he made adjustments.
They're making
exactly.
24-10 run in the NFL. You changed some shit. You came out. You gave Rodgers the ball. You went right down the field and scored. You stopped them. You started the drive again. It didn't work out. You blocked the punt, and then you go in and you score, and now you're up. Like
they were pressing. They were pressing the A gaps much harder in the second half.
It's gonna happen. There's gonna be moments where
I'm almost agreeing with you, Jake. That Nick, that the players win us the game. I just for once want the coaching to impact it, like I see it on the Chiefs and on all the winning teams where coaching helps impact. That's what I'm agreeing with you. Players win the game, and that's all I'm seeing. I agree with you today. Today, the players won us the game. We're the better team. The players won us the game. I just want to see for once be like, wow, look at our coach. Damn, that was a great play. Damn, that blitz was a great time.
How about when we shut out the Texans last year and went on a 30-0 halftime second half run?
Like force multiplier. That was a great game by everyone, by all the players. That was a great game.
All right.
I think it's hard.
They were ready that game for sure, Nick. It's just not. It's not consistently where it's like again. We're usually the team where we get flagged more. It's all that. So,
but you got to remember, too,
I want to see it the other way.
Haven't had the talent to be consistent with the game plan, right? You got to admit that.
We'll find out.
Give me that.
We'll find out. No, you're right. Yeah, that's why I'm saying he's got everything. This is it. He's got all the cards.
And the first game, cross country, national TV, Rodgers, Rusty. We knew it was going to be a very difficult game to win. That we wanted to look the way we wanted.
I'm not trying to fire the guy. I just, like you said, I want to see the brick stacked. I need to see it stacking. I need to see it stacking.
It was like I said, much like behind Hank, we hit the first shelf today. Thursday, we hit the second shelf. We start putting things on these shelves behind Hank. We put W's back there, right, Hank?
Put them up there. One thing, though, that I liked was we came out the half with our first drive. This is usually where the coaching come in. You get the ball, you can actually script it like we did under Gase, and then nothing after that happened, right? We came out of the half. That was our first drive, and we went down the field. So that's where you kind of like want to see the coaching. If you would have gone 3 and out, then you can blame coaches for that it didn't work. But I mean, there's one little thing where it comes. Obviously, I agree with you, Nate. We need to see more of that. But again, it's a second game, so we hopefully see more of that. We don't know at this point.
Gotcha. All right.
Salah doesn't do anything X's and O's.
Very good points. We will talk in the Discord, and I'm looking forward to meeting you and hanging out with you. And I will probably take you and Nob to see some American titties on Thursday before the game.
4 days away.
Raise your hand if you're coming Thursday. Who's coming Thursday?
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, look at us, the East Coast Avengers all getting together. East Coast Avengers uniting.
East Coast. East.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Book a flight. Fuck it.
Yeah, I need to, man. I
We'll see
fucking
you
need
Thursday,
to.
Hank. Be good, pal.
Cheers.
Clancy, anything in closing?
No, happy we got the win. Still plenty to work on, absolutely, but feeling good about the W. And let's keep it going. Like you said, we got to stack them. So we got a few games we can win coming up here. Take care of business. That's all we can do.
Not everyone can win like I do in Pop Warner. Not everyone can drop a 39-0 victory where with 2.5 minutes left in the game, we recovered a fumble and the ref signaled for them. I go, no. And he turns around and I go, no, they had it. I'm like, and he's like, give them the ball. I don't want to fucking score again. It's their ball. And he turns around to the other team. He goes, oh, yeah. He was down. And I'm like, thank you. And after the game, I go to the ref. I go, it's the first fucking time any of you motherfuckers have ever changed the call. Listen to me. Thank you.
I heard they're calling you the big tuna around town now.
No, I hate anything from the ocean.
It's not Parcells.
I know what it is. I hate tuna. I hate everything from the ocean except CJ from Baywatch. Clancy, we'll see you.
See you later,
talk.
guys.
We'll see you in the Discord party. Nate, you got anything in closing, sir?
I love Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas.
That's it. He's out on that note. I didn't want to give him time to say but.
No, that's it. I'll see you all Thursday. I love you all. I can't wait to see you guys Thursday. Can't wait to see Nick throw the football over the stadium. It's gonna be great. I'm definitely stopping by your tailgate everywhere.
Yes, sir. It'll be fun.
Cheers.
Right,
we'll see you all on Discord. DT gang.
Have a good night. Sir. Mr. Addison, anything in closing, sir?
I feel Nate, and to a certain I want Saleh. I don't want him to be fucking Gruden, but I want him to have a little more fire under his ass next time we see him. He's more concerned about being everyone's friend. He needs to be their fucking coach and yell at these motherfuckers, get fired up. Like, don't become Gruden, but let that side of you come out a little more. Even though I appreciate people that are chill, but he needs to.
That's fair.
Come out swinging next week or Thursday. Sorry, a few days.
Yeah, this week.
But yeah, I'll see you guys in the DP. Love you all.
Later, buddy. Love you too. Mr. Bonesy, anything in closing?
Yeah, man. It feels good to have a game where you see your team knock off rust, you see small building blocks, and you get the W. That's what it's early in the year, and Rodgers is known for his teams to start off a little slower. This was a grinded out win that we needed. It was a must win for us fans, and we got it. It would have been terrible going 0-2 into this home opener. So we should be all happy that we get to at least celebrate up to that point together. And you saw the rust knock off of the offense, and it's so early. 3 games in 11 days, as tough as it is. We're happy we're 1-1. Everybody on paper, this is where you're at. Everyone had us losing to the 49ers and beating the Titans. So let's just take it. It's parity around the whole NFL. We can't be upset over wins. You know what I'm saying? We take every win we can get.
100%. All right, buddy.
Can't wait to see you motherfuckers, baby. Let's go.
That's it. I'll see you soon, pal. Have a good night. Jay, you got anything in closing?
Yeah, really quick. Guys, just really wish you guys would leave my guy Saleh alone. I understand he's not a finished product, but he's going to get better. I just don't appreciate how JD gets this free wave of move, everything, and Saleh just gets the short end of the stick every time. Just me being athletic director and just being in football for years, I know coaching is different. Some people have X's and O's. Some people are very strategic. Some people are motivational. I know one thing about Saleh, all 53 plus players that on the Jets, they play for that guy. And if you have that coach that they're going to give you everything, just see what they can do.
100%.
Thank you for having me. I love you
Thanks
guys.
for coming on, man. Love you too, brother.
Take
Thank
care.
you for the support. Talk to you soon. Let's see. What did you animals and psychos learn today? Johnny learned that Hawk and Sarah are getting married. Congrats. He also learned that Addison took a nap today and it was glorious. Hank learned that all the weird international accents to be heard in the parking lot this Thursday, the Boston one will be the worst. It's always the worst. Modine learned Jets fans will trust again and will again be heartbroken at the end of the season, just like when Zach would give them hope after a win. You're so much fun, Mo. I'm looking for I learned. Oh, Scott with super chat I missed. Never apologize for a victory. 100%. This league's about results. You might not have to like the entire 60 minutes, but if you come out with the W, it's always easier to fix things after a win than after a loss. Thank you for the super chat, Scott. I learned that I've been blessed to have met all you crazies, good peeps. Yes, Jeffrey, definitely. Terrence saying you play to win the game and we won. Now let's get the Patriots. That's it. Thank you. I'm sorry, Murdoch. I paused the chat. I was not up to date with that. I'm just seeing this now. Forgive me. Yeah, JJ, definitely a major blow. But Will McDonald, your balls dropped today. You start doing that week in and week out, man. We got something. I learned that Nick now hates me. I don't hate you. Like any of this is plausible. I'm good. You are blocked though. Addison, great show. Get to the damn DP after the show ends, not now. Hawks saying winning today was a sigh of relief, like we avoided something tragic. You want to avoid something tragic, don't get married. If you avoid a car wreck, you don't pull over and have a party on the side of the road. You say, oh, thank God, throw up a blessing. Yeah, I guess. I learned Nick wants a man to thump it up the middle. I like when my middle linebacker hits the guy in the hole hard. Scott learned that Nick does not read super chats. Scott, I had the chat paused. So I didn't miss any of the what did we learn. I didn't expect the super chat to come minutes late, but I am very grateful that you did. Thank you. I might be going to the game. I was supposed to get a call this afternoon. Nice. Yeah, man, let us know. We'll be at E26. I learned that Mo has that wig above his fun bits as well. Very nice. Oh, Sarah learned that she's a player. Play on, player. I learned Neil smokes weed. Well, at least inhales. Very nice. I think you guys boom, drop it. I'm not caught up yet in the chat. I'm still behind, but please go ahead. Oh, Wild Wave learned that we have to be perfect in order for some of us to be satisfied. Well, some Jets fans will never be satisfied. I learned that Sarah had a good play date with Gina from Virginia today. Johnny recycling what did we learn from other shows as a thumbs down. Addison learned that everybody better get I thought I did that one already. Roger learned that pea-sized hole that developer what Roger football. I don't know. I didn't have a hole. I had bruising and internal issues. I never had a wound on the outside. The only time I had the wound was after they removed the toe. But I would definitely get that checked out, sir. I'm not a doctor, and I did not stay at a Holiday Inn last night. Oh, Nate learned that Finn's Tailgate is going live soon. Nice. We stay knowing that Sarah loves DP. Scott learned that I busted Nick's balls too quickly. Well, at least you're consistent. My God, you guys are impatient in the chat, man. Here we go. Boom. The great Boomtown learned no nap equals double buckle up kind of night. House number 25 on Lexington Ave got the full Nick Shine experience this afternoon at 104. No, we do the fucking. Pee Wee Herman had a great bike. Absolutely. Bonus, of course, it's a toe injury for CJ Mosley. Speaking of Joe D, I need to use my D. Hell of a segue. There are a lot of hard-ons for Hackett in the fan base. Gasp, fuck my receipts. Roger learned that Nick's favorite Wizard of Oz character was Toto. Double bonus from Boom. Best ratings ever incoming for 90 Day Fiance, the Hawk and Sarah episode. Sarah may be a floozy player or a tease, depending on what generation you are from. Hawk reuses condoms, turns them inside out. Triple bonus. Sarah doesn't like everyone on the cripple spectrum equally. Scott Foster is happy. Hank G needs more content for his shelves. Hank G about to see some American titties. Yes. Infrared learned that Johnny Boy is the worst moderator. I will not comment on Johnny. I said I would not do it today. Nate learned in-season Hawk gets my brain racing. What do we got? Any more? What did you do, Johnny, as a moderator? What did you do? Addison says you either enter the DP or the DP enters you. Your choice. Addison. Oh, I guess you're a stoner. You forget things and then you relearn them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your New York Jets were victorious today. That's what I learned. I learned that things we didn't do well last Monday, we succeeded with a little more today. I learned that the NFL is about surviving the week. Every week in the NFL is a survivor pool. Shout out to my son and Bobby, two of the 6 who've moved on to week 3 out of 34. There's only about 6 people left after 2 weeks. Nick and Bobby Midnight are one of them. So, Mr. Bonesy, I learned that Nick has skills you can't teach. School of Hard Knocks, baby. Scott learned that winning is not good enough for some people. I almost feel that some people want to lose so they can bitch more. That's no knock at anyone on the show, just Twitter itself. Right. He's good, Roger. He had the head's fine. He rolled his ankle, and then Friday his fucking blood pressure went through the roof at school, so the nurse sent him home. So that's why he didn't play Friday night. He's getting frustrated with all this shit. You can sleep great tonight. Like every other Jet fan, positive 5s. Yes. Yes. You know who can't sleep well tonight? South River coach after getting thumped 39-0. Ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday night, 10 o'clock, I have on the great Ryan from Talking Jets and from 24/7. And it should be a fun show. I'm looking forward to it. It's Ryan's first time coming on the air. And I know you all give him the fantastic welcome. You all watch him everywhere else. You know him, but it's our first time getting together. I met him a couple times in person, and it'll be our first time on air together here. And I'm looking forward to it. So mark your calendars. Tuesday night is Wednesday becomes Tuesday. Thursday becomes Wednesday. Since Thursday night we have a game, I'll do shows Tuesday and Wednesday this week. And then after we win, I'll probably be on Friday night as well. Yeah, Addison, I swear to God, I wish I could just lean back and fall asleep here. I get up, I pee, I put my stuff away, and then all of a sudden, I'm fucking the burst of energy. I feel like coffee doesn't work until you stand up. We went on. I'm not going on Saturday. No, I'm just saying, Clancy, my brain gets going. I start doing things, and I get like this fucking weird burst of energy. Oh, Tuesday is on too? Sorry. There's plenty of YouTube for all of us. Ron, the Dolphins fans are having a show, and it's what quarterback should we draft next year? That's the name of the show. It's how bad will we be, and is it going to be Quinn Ewers, Cam Ward, or Beck from Georgia? And before we end the show, I would like to say thank you to Georgia for holding on to a 1-point lead at Kentucky yesterday. I wasn't getting a bunch of text messages talking shit during that game. So thank you for winning the game at least, but be better going forward. But they won, so I'm happy. Jets won, so I'm happy. Get to hang out with a lot of you people Thursday night, so I won't be happy. But then the Jets will win, and I'll be happy. It's a roller coaster being a Jet fan. But just remember, through all of it, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans.